Man, what is this? Direct gaming shadow dropping on a Tuesday? On a Tuesday night at 6:30 at night? What's really going on? Well, I guess people, they about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, no matter what country you from, what flag you represent, what gaming console you play on, you could have been anywhere in the world. Man, it felt good to do that again. But y'all decided to come out here on Di-RRec Gaming tonight. And for that, we eternally grateful. I got my man Beast the Truth in here. I got my man Game Serials in here. I got the Chit Chat community. I got Mr. Keem in the building. Many others will be coming soon. We sent the signal out. It's coming. We here. I got my man Emmanuel A1 in the building. You already know what's let's freaking go. You already know, baby. We finna do this, man. I got one question. We're gonna start this off, man. We ain't gonna try to waste none of y'all's time. I just got a question for my two panel members here, right here, man. Why they going crazy over Palworld, bro? It's so innocent. It's so cute. It's so lovely. What's going on? What's really going on, man? Why they so angry out here, Beast?
You want the real answer? Man, they mad because they can't play it, right? Like we know, man. When it comes to PlayStation and multiplayer games, bro. And I said it before, and I come from PlayStation, right? It's like a little post I made earlier. When I was little, I used to play with shapes, but as I grew older, matured a little bit, I started playing with letters, forming words, man, reading books, writing sentences. Evolved to that Xbox controller, man. So when it comes to multiplayer games on that PlayStation, that's where multiplayer games go to die, right? You got, I came in 2021. I started using my Twitter, and the entire time I've never seen not one of them that brag about being gamers, play Destruction All Stars, or post about it. Not one. I ain't seen no gameplay of Final Fantasy 14. No wonder it's coming to Xbox by Square Enix. I ain't seen no gameplay of Babylon's Falls. I ain't seen no gameplay of Godfall. I ain't never seen multiplayer gameplay of nothing that's ever been locked down to PlayStation. Right?
Speak on it.
Those games when it stink. Vampire Blood Hunt, that went extinct, right? So they really mad because we got an absolute bang on our hands when it comes to Palworld. Hopefully Microsoft go ahead and lock that down. I told people before that game launched, it was going to be the next big thing. I've been saying that since the reveal in 2021. So they're mad because, remember, they love success. They love scores, right? And they don't have access to this specific strain of success. That's why they're mad, right? When it comes to those dudes, bro, look at today. What came out? They put up a review for Tekken, right? For Tekken 8. On PlayStation, they gave it a 90. We know how they do. On Xbox, they gave it about an 86 or whatever, right? But here's the thing, it runs better on Xbox, so make that make sense. See what I'm saying? These dudes mad because they can cap out as many scores as they want to. But, they want to play fun games, and Sony just ain't providing that for them, man. They never have. They never will. The PlayStation that we grew up with is not the PlayStation of today, man. Like them days of buying a PlayStation for Tekken, Armored Core, Twisted Metal, those days gone. All them things multiplat, and they left Twisted Metal in the dust. This is why they mad, man. Like, this is what I want y'all to do, right? The same attention y'all giving Palworld, I want to see y'all get that same attention to Foam Stars, aka Bubble Bath Simulator, and Helldivers 2, right? Y'all have no reason. Remember, y'all the dudes that told us that, y'all on welfare pass, Xboxes for broke dudes, yada yada yada. Yeah. Third class citizens, all these things, right? Y'all told us that you like supporting the devs, right? Y'all told us we was broke, right? Despite the fact that I bought more AAA games than any PlayStation fanboy that's ever opened their mouth to me last year. I'm about to do that this year with $100 Suicide Squad edition I'm about to get probably tomorrow or so, right? So y'all told us we was broke. Somebody had a nerve to say, if Spider-Man was $20, would have sold 3 times as many copies, but I thought y'all was rich. Y'all right now, you can make, if you want a Helldivers 2 or Foam Stars to be popular and as big as Palworld, you could. But you won't. You know why? Because you don't play games. You like to brag about success. That's all. Unwarranted success, man. Stuff that y'all do not earn. That's why. That's why you mad about Palworld. Because it's actually a game that's fun. So we wanted since we was kids, bro. We grew up on Pokemon, right? Digimon, Monster Rancher, all those things, right? So that game appeals to the average gamer. Everybody, no matter who you is. And they mad they don't have it, right? I want to see y'all drive up Helldivers, bro. That's on PlayStation and it's on PC.
Why they ain't
y'all know the game coming?
PlayStation games, Beast?
Right.
I think they were the greatest games ever. Shout out to
I thought
9-1.
I thought, right? If PlayStation has the greatest games in the world, why are y'all begging for Palworld? Right? I would think you dudes would be too busy playing them bangers over there. I ain't never in my life port bed for a PlayStation game because I don't need to. If I wanted to port beg, I'll have a PlayStation, but there's nothing on that console worth my time. Right? That's why I got an Xbox. Y'all down bad. And then we found out today that it's been confirmed that the CEO of Sony himself said that Sony is going to migrate from console to PC, mobile, and every screen that can play a game. Who that sound like? Phil Spencer, right? Don't that sound like Phil? Yeah.
That's the TKO moment. I'm letting y'all cook, man. Y'all good.
Facts.
Y'all made it look at game.
No. But they did announce that in 2014. The reason why they would confirm it now because they never had the infrastructure at that time.
First off, turn your Nintendo down. Disrupting the show, boy.
Oh, my bad. I'm playing Mario.
Yeah. That's mad loud. For real.
I'm gonna laugh. All right, look.
On his brother Switch.
Shut up. Straight ain't my brother. Leave. Boot this man. No, I'm just listen. Nah, but they had this since 2014. Right. But they never had the infrastructure that time because they bought what's the name? Gaikai, the same nigga who made On Live, but it never really came out because Sean Layton literally gonna put the games on PC. PC on PC on what's the name? On put the PlayStation games on PC, right? In 2013, but you gotta understand, right? Last generation was weird in terms of consoles because if Microsoft never messed up with the DRM bullcrap they did, I understand you're saying they was ahead of the time, yes,
right.
But it didn't never messed up, and Nintendo never messed up with the Wii U, the Baku. Do you think PlayStation will be in first place right now? No. In console sales, no.
So let's go, but let's go ahead and correct that, right? Because this is the thing that I don't like. But listen, this is the thing I don't like that Pony Bots do in ponies. Y'all allow them to control, not you specifically, but
of course
y'all allow them to control the narrative too much. Microsoft is not in third place in anything. It's when it comes to consoles these days, this is not 1999, this is not 2001, right? This is not the PlayStation days to where the only way to play a game is to go to the store and bring it back home. No, bro. Right now, you know what you can do? You can buy a game digitally. You can go buy physical copies. That's going to stink games. I know how you feel about that, but you can get your game in. Hold on, but listen, right? You can get your gaming from many places, right? And this is the thing. When you look at, if it was not for Microsoft, what would Sony be doing? Because they're doing everything Microsoft is doing, Microsoft and Xbox. Everything they call Phil a liar and a con man for, Sony is literally doing right now. And I've been trying to tell people this. And that's why when Legal said, the thing about me in the spaces, bro, when I came in hot, bro. But I learned over time how some of this goes. Like, I came in wanting to have real conversations with people, right? As an experienced gamer, as a dude who has hundreds of hours in multiple MMOs from Onigiri to Black Desert to Neverwinter to what's the other one? Warframe, all these things, right? Amazing at fighting games, amazing. I play some of everything, right? So when I come in, I talk to these dudes, I'm assuming they got the experience that I do. So it took me a little minute to learn that it's nothing but a bunch of cap going on, right? In this gaming community. These dudes ain't gamers like that. So Surely, if you're not gamers, then you have no idea what's really going on. You had no idea that Microsoft and Xbox was ahead of their time, which they were, because you seeing everything that they call Microsoft out for back then, Sony is doing now. And I wonder if IGM them gonna print up them same articles and saying, try to get them critiques.
Remember they apologized to Microsoft. Remember that?
When did they do this?
No. Remember they said that like a couple weeks ago, like they actually apologized in an article. At JyzalGamingTV, because they had an article from Polygon.
Right.
They literally apologized that the Xbox One was ahead of its time. Yeah, it was. Like, the review was ahead of its time. So, like,
it was, man. But the only reason. The only reason they apologize. This the only. Hold on, I'm gonna let you go. Let me just say this one thing, right? The only reason they apologize is like somebody that got caught stealing or doing something they weren't supposed to be doing. They only apologizing because Sony is about to copy that exact same blueprint, bro.
I know it's Sony copying. It's only Sony copying. The Japanese dudes are copying it too. Like they know only Sony's copying it. Like all of them is copying it. Look, you gotta understand, right? Did Microsoft explain the shit? I mean, my bad, legal. Did Microsoft explain how the DRM works? No. Was it confusing? Yes. Was the guy came out says you don't need an Xbox, there's a 360? Yes. But you have to understand that during that time, the world wasn't ready for DRM and online only capable games. And that's facts. Now
Games, you saying that Microsoft with the mindset of having PC was one of the most beautiful ideas ever, but it was to really blend that. See, Xbox and PC has always made sense. It's not something that don't make sense, right? So to their benefit, that mended well. But because the others don't have that PC relationship, right? Steve,
pedigree.
It doesn't. They don't know how to react other than to hate on it. So Nintendo never really hate on it. They wasn't really vocal as much as Sony was, but Sony tried to downplay the fact that if an Xbox game went to PlayStation, the lackluster or the power of the word exclusive would be watered down because it's not just solely on the console. And what Microsoft was trying to show everybody was that it really doesn't hurt the Xbox ecosystem because the PC community isn't playing the console games like that. They have their own games. We're just putting our games over there so that they can play them if they choose to. See, if a game comes out on Xbox, right, and it doesn't go anywhere else, the only choice an Xbox fan has is just simply not to play it, right?
Yeah.
But if you put it somewhere else, you make it an option. You literally make it a real option. So when the PC community isn't playing their games, right, the League of Legends or the Dota 2s and what else is big over there? The Age of Empires, those type of games, right?
Yeah,
the big ones. When they're not doing those games and they want to come down and relax some, there's some Xbox games that they can get into where they wouldn't have been able to get into them if they didn't have an Xbox. But the service, what's up, Radiance 96? But the service, right, side of Xbox evolved. And it evolved into something beautiful to where, right, Beast, right, Sick, right, J-Rock, right, Big O, it evolved outside the console. And that's the future because, listen,
let me say something.
Really already been like that. Look, you know what the funny part about this is? Microsoft is late on it. Games Heroes, they didn't have no portable. There wasn't no Xbox handheld, nothing. Not even Windows.
Technically they did. Technically they did. The Windows phone. Windows phone.
What Xbox games were you playing off of it?
Halo.
Windows phone, bro.
What else? What else? What library?
It was a couple of things here and there from Microsoft who would like dip their toe in now and then. But you know a better way to see what you were saying earlier, right? Is like when you see the PC community, right? It's like they have their own stuff and they'll play some of the console stuff.
Future Jim, what's up, baby?
In the way they're treated, right? In the way they're treated by the publishers, right? It's like the redheaded stepchild. Like they get the leftovers, unless it's something that's really popular, like a Call of Duty, or now with Palworld, you know, a big game that's changing, you know, gaming big time, like the new paradigm. You might see that on all platforms, right? And then PC will get it, you know, possibly day one, right? And what Games Heroes is saying is true though, because they had it technically before, but it wasn't to the level of integration that we see now, where it's a platform. Like Steam is a platform, Epic is a platform. All these other you know, publishers who have launchers, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to establish a platform. Microsoft did, but
a storefront,
right? And Microsoft did even that, yeah. But it's like they dipped their toe in it with the games for Windows, Get for Windows Live, stuff like that. Plus the way they did it, right? Like they pissed off the PC guys who were like, "Yo, we don't pay for online," which is not true because you pay for your internet. And they would say, "But we're paying for our internet now." But the difference is what Xbox and, you know, the console market does is they provide a service, right? As the example set forth first by Sega. What's up, Crazy Louie? And then perfected by Xbox with Xbox Live, right? They perfected that platform and how to do it. And you see everybody else copies that, even Steam with Valve. Like they have achievements and they call it achievements. They didn't change the name to trophies or anything like that. Okay, they have party chat, or they have all these things that Xbox Live made a standard, and this is what the console side has now. And so now it's better available to integrate with the PC side. So now you see they make that easy money on both sides, right? And even though Palworld isn't on Steam, right? It's not published by Microsoft or anything like that.
No,
it's on Steam. Valve is the publisher per se, not the publisher, but like the storefront who's getting that 30%. Not Microsoft, unless you get it on Game Pass PC. Then you get that. Then Microsoft gets that. But see, it's the same reason when Microsoft.
Well, technically, the game is being used on different servers, Sick. Right. Exactly. Because the developer said it. That's why the Xbox is missing some things. Because
let's clear that up though. Let's clear that up quick, because there's a lot of misinformation being spread by PlayStation fanboys and angry, bitter Pokemon dudes, right? Or whatever, right? You already know.
Nah. But no, listen.
I grew up on Pokemon, right? So can't nobody tell me nothing about Pokemon. I had a big old game where I traded the cards.
Sarcastic, by the way.
Right. Oh, okay. So this is the thing, right? When y'all say and what up, Louis? But so this is the thing, right?
Was walking around with Pokemon backpack.
Hey, bro, I swear to goodness, man. Hey, listen, yo, Pokemon was real, bro. But listen, right? So this is why when me seeing these dudes say this kind of stuff, I'm like, bro, what y'all know about Pokemon, bro? I've been waiting on her to do something crazy, right? So when it came out with Arceus and Violet and Scarlet, I'm like, that's a step in the right direction, bro, but it can be way better. But anyway, back to the point. The thing with this whole dual service thing, you're not missing if you plan on Steam. And if you're playing on Xbox, you're not playing on Steam, you're not missing out on nothing but 32 player servers, right? So this is why I be wanting to have a conversation with these loudmouths, bro. Like you like to say, oh, y'all got a bad version. Okay, let's debate on that. Tell me exactly what features the Steam version has that the Xbox version doesn't have. You ain't gonna be able to tell me that because you get your talking points from the next person you heard, who got from the next person he heard. The only thing they're missing is the 32 player servers, and they're working on bringing that to Xbox along with PvP, which is going to be a battle coliseum, trading, and a bunch of other things. But fundamentally, you get the exact same experience. And here's the kicker, right? When y'all see Palworld gameplay, what are you seeing 99.9% of the time? Solo play or somebody playing with 1 or 2 friends, right? So you're not even seeing the features that is so-called missing being utilized in all the gameplay that's being showcased, right? So these are my thing with these people. They love to just talk. But the thing you're saying, this is all Xbox got. That's how the game is being showcased every time you see a clip. I got clips with 300, 400 likes and all these things. The gaming lad Bible, something hit me up, want to use my clip and all kind of things, right? So it's like, we're not, if I say to you, right, look at Hell Divers 2.
Baby. Baby, you home. Let's go, please.
Right. So
Baldur's Gate situation, remember?
Right, no. Hey, that's facts.
Split screen, and they never used it.
Yep. Facts, bro. That's facts, though, Jay. That's facts. It is. And let's point this out right quick, right?
Let them know where to go, baby.
Hey.
So let's point. Hold on, games. Let me say. I'm gonna point this out, and you can go ahead. let's point this out right quick, right?
Let these still
So
get guests tonight. Look, he got.
let's
I got a whole
point.
bunch of chicken for him, turkey.
Right.
And
Let's point this out, bro. Like real. So let's point this out, right? When Baldur's Gate 3 came out, we seen all kind of articles. This is a win for PlayStation. We're dunking on Xbox, blah blah blah. We like, but that's not published by Sony, and it's coming at Xbox, right? They like, nah. That's a win for PS5. Okay, Palworld, a game that is damn near 2 times more popular, right? The biggest game in the world right now, number 2nd overall on Steam. That's the win for Xbox. See, now they got all these excuses. No, we're doing the same thing y'all was doing right, but you don't like that. So when we trying to tell you the first time to chill and know your lane, know your role, you'll do that. But they never want to do it. This is why week after week after week they catch L's. But now y'all go ahead, go off.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Go ahead, Keith.
Don't y'all love when a plan comes together? Much like this Glenn Living.
That's what we're doing the show, baby. The planners came together. Let's go.
So here's the thing. I remember 2 years ago, I got into a debate with someone, and I said, we're moving away from the console war to the platform. If you look at the way the business is going, the console market is flat. You're seeing more growth in mobile and PC, and you got the ability to play games in multiple places. And just like in any other medium, we moved away from just focusing on one thing to having things in multiple places. So it's really about building up your infrastructure to have an established platform to put your products out there. So, I had this debate. People thought I was crazy. PlayStation would never do this. Nintendo would never do this. And I said, just wait. Just check to me in a couple years. What did the Sony president say? We're going to put our games wherever there is compute power.
We copying Xbox. Say it right.
And here's the thing.
Say it one more time.
What is Hip Hop Gaming kind of spilling tea on right now? He's saying that Nintendo is going to be doing the same thing in another couple years.
Nah, first of all, Hip Hop Gaming is fake news, man. He's wrong, man. He's wrong.
That is the direction game.
Games, you mad, Games. Stop being mad. Stop making it personal, bro.
Hip Hop Gamers, look, man, I don't believe that Hip Hop Gamers do, man. But Steve, I'm gonna tell you something, right? I've been on the street for 2013, right? I've been battling these dudes for years, right? And they told me that Sony would never, ever in the God name of heaven, that never, ever put their games on PC because they're traditional and the games sell. Now, Beast, hold on, Beast, right? I remember like
you a fool for the profile point.
There was 2017, right? There was a rumor going. I was on Twitter, game trailers, and there was a rumor going on, spreading wildfire on the internet. Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to the PC. Now let's put a grain of salt, right? And weeks later, the rumor was spreading like wildfire. I remember the day that Sony confirmed that Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC. I forgot what day it was. I think it was 2019, because I know Zero Dawn came out 17. So it was around 2019 or 2020. I forgot what it is. But long story short, these ponies.
Yeah, you be telling some long stories, bro.
These shut bees. I have to write a book one day for the console wars. But listen,
that will never end. That will never end, man. That will never end. You're gonna be that guy from what's it called, Game of Thrones.
Hey, chapter one.
You're never gonna end.
Listen, the ponies were mad.
Chapter of his arch nemesis.
Yo, facts, PS84.
Yeah. Shut up, nigga. And listen. There was a whole uproar that Horizon Zero Dawn came to PC. These phones were saying death threats on the Guerrilla Games, talking about you betrayed PC ex-PlayStation gamers. Then the goalposts started to shift. all right, it's not day and date, so who cares? But now now this shit's going to get wider and wider and closer now.
Man, I promise y'all, Game Zero gonna be the dude reading his grandkids console war stories, bro. I swear to goodness.
You know who we running up? The old cog. He's the OUIR.
Look, man.
The Xbox Series X generation here came Beast of Truth.
Yep.
J-Rock.
Facts.
Yep.
Chronological order.
Yep. Listen,
Baby, let's go, Lou. What's up, man?
Here's the thing. Here's the.
We up my scotch right now. I'm gonna go ahead.
I'll
And
see
Go for it. Go get your scotch.
He's gonna talk about
Go get your scotch. Go get your scotch, man. Because let me tell you something.
Come on, Lou.
These fanboys don't understand.
Business.
This company is business.
Business.
I mean, wow.
Fact.
Why y'all gotta get so mad that they put it day one on PC? I mean, don't
Hey,
you all want Sony to survive?
Crazy. Do
You
you
don't
like
want
this?
Sony to survive. They wanted to die because, hey, man, if it's gonna depend on them damn pockets, it's gonna go broke in 2 days.
Yeah.
gonna
Do
go
you
broke.
like? Do we like this
Hey,
decision?
Games, let him cook. Let him cook.
It's
Okay,
gonna
go ahead.
It's gonna go broke in 2 days. I mean, seriously, these fanboys say, "Oh, this game is coming out. We're gonna go ahead and buy them." But listen, since Sony loves to publish numbers out there, right? Sony loves showing them numbers, console sales.
Let's go.
We got all these console sales out there. We got all the millions and millions. But wait a minute. Once the games comes out, the math doesn't match up. Why? What doesn't add up to me? What doesn't match up? Because, damn, you got 120 million PS4s, right? Yet your exclusives only sell 5, 10, 20 million. That's it. But wait, 20 million at a discount price, not a full price.
Facts.
Not
That's
a
what we
full
find
price.
out. Facts.
Not a full price. Now, if they go out there and buy a full price, I'm like, oh, damn, these
Big
guys
deal.
buy a full price.
Right,
But they
big deal.
don't. They
Right.
don't. They wait on a damn discount. That's what
Right.
they do. Wait on a damn discount for them to buy it. So how in the hell is Sony going to survive? I mean, listen, even the Days Gone developer said it. He spoke on it. He said, you want Days Gone too? Buy the damn. He didn't say damn. He said, buy
said
the
it.
fucking game in $70.
Right.
Buy it. Not looking at it for cheap like they do. That's what they do. Look for cheap. What's up?
Yo, Lou, you know, we were talking about these issues a while back. Like,
Yes.
these would be part of the conversations that come up, right?
Yep.
And what got me is when I learned, right? Because I tell people, I like listening to what's his name? The old God of War developer.
David Jaffe. David Jaffe.
There it is, Jaffe, my man Jaffe. I listen to Jaffe sometimes because I like Jaffe. And I tell people, they like, but legal, you an Xbox guy. Look, man, I respect when somebody lets the streets talk. Jaffe down here with us. I don't care what platform he is. He's out here. And he lets us talk. He lets the gaming communities talk. You know what I'm saying? And for that, I respect him for that. I wish more devs and ex-devs would do like him. But he's limited, right? Because he doesn't know everything. So it'd be good to have more devs like him. But what's up, Deploy? I see you, man. I got you, future generations. Facts. You know, I was watching one of his shows, man, and he was talking about how I like how he lays the donkey fan base down real slow. You know, he lays them down real slow. But he was telling them, you know, don't be surprised if Sony becomes a flea market in the future. Or walking up.
It has to
walking up into many stores from other companies because he doesn't know how Sony is going to afford these games moving on. And me and Game Shrills talked about this, right? Mm-hmm. These games, it's the technology, right? Mm-hmm. And people don't understand, Beast, why Microsoft has taken over Apple, J-Rock. It's because Microsoft is really taking the word big tech to heart.
To heart, yeah.
I told everybody 5 years ago, Game Heroes, this day was coming. I told them, Game Heroes, it's on Di-RRec Game. People who's been watching me for 5 years know I'm not lying. You can, if you think I'm lying, just go back, listen to some of the shows. You'll find one where I say, look, everybody has their run. You have to be, this ain't And this beast, this ain't console wars. This ain't fanboyism, all that weak clown, goofy words they want to put out here when people are just telling the truth. This is just the truth, Frag. Every company has its day. So I went all the way back, right, Future? I went up. We said it on me. My boy. Yep. When I was on Mixer, somebody let it be known. I'm not out here lying. Look, all you got to do is go back and look, right? Sony's reign is one of the most spectacular reigns in American history as far as a company. Man, when they came over here on audio sound, undercoverly helping out the government of the United States of America after World War II, you got to do that research. America joined up with them because Japan has some of the best audio technicians in the world. The United States government wanted the partnership with these guys so that they can spy. They made those microwaves and they were picking up signals all across the world, Lou. They were picking all the government said, oh no, we gotta have you. We gotta know what they saying. Oh, come sign a contract. We'll do whatever you want. What do you want? Sony's like, what? Man, we'll do whatever you want. We'll expand your products. Make a product and we'll expand it. And voila, Lou, the Walkman, a Japanese product came from America, sick, and dominated. So this whole notion, right, Peace? This notion is a second generational mindset. I know y'all around here, right? Ashtray, I'm about to cook them. I got you, Ashtray. Watch this, Frag. I'm about to cook them because nobody thinks like this. They see the now. They don't see the. They see the fruit piece, but they don't see the tree where it comes from. This generation, right? This goofy ass generation, right? Where you hear people say, "Why are y'all so mad at an American product? The Xbox is an American product, and y'all are mad. Y'all want to act like y'all Japanese. Y'all hate American products, right? When you see a guy coming out here trying to support Xbox, and he's the worst thing in the world, right? That mindset comes from these goofies. When they let the Walkman take over, there wasn't one American item, Beast, that was more popular than the Walkman. The Walkman was foreign, and it came over here like army ants. It took over for about 20 years, Lou. From 1980 to 1990, it destroyed everything.
And
Sony
it was so
good.
small.
Sony was so good, sick. They started buying up TV stations and movie studios. This is no lie. Y'all know Columbia. You know what's up. They started tearing up everything. They got into the music industry.
They got all the cameras, the film,
all the talk about it.
So, okay, they already own and maybe quit content. So own the content too, and that's what they did.
Facts. They went through sweeping like nothing before, and before you knew it, they were the electronical giants of the world. Because when United States shipped their stuff over to the European market, that's it. And Sony was able to market hard electronically, but lo and behold, Nintendo turned the brakes on them, and the arrogance, right? The ego, right? The self-esteem of Sony said, no, we gonna get into gaming and we gonna show these bastards who we are in gaming. So Sony came into gaming, not about the culture of gaming, but we gonna show everybody we badass no matter where we go. They took the cartridges out, they put the CDs in. They had their own CDs. They ain't need to ask nobody for nothing. They influenced it so bad, everybody had to go to CDs. Now look, CDs is still hardware.
They even won the Blu-ray battle. They even won the Blu-ray battle.
No. These this Sega did it first though.
Right? No, don't you start games. Let me cook.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you in. I'm gonna let you throw some spices in. You know I'm getting old out here, fam. I'll forget what I have to say. Look at Lou. We getting old out here, Lou.
Yeah, we are, man. I'm good. I'm getting bald. Look at my bald spot right here. I'm getting bald.
Hey,
Facts. They took over everything, right? To the point where they influenced You got to give it to them. But Beast, it was still hardware. And when they got to running their mouth, Lou, right, about certain things that they could do with that console, well, Shameless Blackie heard it and said, that company full of shit. Y'all seen it on the documentary. Oh, no, they lie.
Yep.
See, now they're lying to
I
people.
remember
There's the birth of the lies, J-Rock.
I remember PlayStation 2
Right.
said, they said
They
this is the
lying to
PC
people.
of the living room. They said this is the PC of the P. They were talking about the PS2 was the PC, the modern PC
Right,
for
there you
gaming.
go.
That was
Xbox-
crazy.
Facts.
It was
Xbox
a
is
supercomputer.
born. Right?
Oh, they got a rocket from Iraq using it to control missiles and shit. Like,
Right.
Bro.
stuff is out there, bro.
The biggest cap in
Look,
history.
Look,
I swear to
y'all, Xbox is born off of the
Yeah,
lies.
that's funny. Yeah, I remember that. Hey,
You
Slick.
see what I'm going
I
with this?
remember
Beast?
that.
The whole creation of Xbox is because of the lies of Sony with PlayStation.
Hey, Legal, it's funny that you say that because I was going
Yeah,
to chime in and
feel
say
me.
that. It's like the thing about PlayStation, and I say this as somebody that grew up playing everything from Trag to J, Cocoon, Front Mission, all this, right? Jet Moto, right? So it's like, it's not that PlayStation was never that good. They just had no competition, right? Because remember, Nintendo was looked at as a kid's console, right? When the PlayStation came out, they marketed it as more of an adult console.
Right.
Here come enter Xbox. Go look at some of Xbox old commercials. They had a Life is Short thing when she birthing the baby. He flying through the air, turning from young to old. He landing in the grave. I'm like, nigga, that is hardcore, right? And so Xbox came out and challenged them. That was the first time Sony had ever seen another adult-minded console challenge them, right? And that shows you, yo, okay, PlayStation is cool, but this Xbox got some crazy stuff. They came out with their own unique games. They had Tao Fang, a fighting game where you can break people's arms and legs, all kinds of things. So they came out with Fable, right? Fable, you can manage your whole town. You can have kids, get all kinds of things going over here, over there, buy property. Your decisions change how you look. So they never seen games like this before, right? So that's the thing. I try to tell people when I try to have a conversation with these dudes, it's like, y'all got to stop acting like Xbox dudes spawned in from a different planet, bro. A lot of us came up on PlayStation, right? Not everybody, but a lot of us did. So you can't talk to us as if we don't know what
piece right there. Right. They had original IPs. That's fact.
Yo, every Xbox fan, like the majority of Xbox fans, like 90-something%, are refugees from other platforms.
Oh, Sega.
PC and Sega.
Whoa, slow down.
No, I wouldn't say PC. The PC. Let me stop right there. Let me stop right there.
Break his leg.
Hold on. This is my line.
Shit, go ahead.
I got it. Let me break his legs. This was my line. Bro, it was Sega and then a little bit of PC, but PC is last on the list because there's a bunch of other PlayStation dudes, Nintendo dudes who were growing up, who were a little older, who wanted a little harder edge, right? Yeah. There was a lot of people, but mainly when we talk refugees, which is why I use the word refugees, from Dreamcast. Because if you know how the situation with Dreamcast went down, right?
Look, sick.
Can we borrow real quick?
Let me say this real quick. The reason why I say not PC, because you're talking about the era when PC took gaming to a whole nother level with frame rate.
All by itself.
If you all by itself, the Dooms, all them stuffs were revolutionary. So people wasn't from 93 up to 2000. If you had a great PC, you wasn't jumping in no console. You wasn't going to downgrade.
Hey, that was a cap, guys. That was super cap.
No.
You was hold on. You was legendary at the time. But the beautiful thing about Xbox, even Peter Moore knew this. They saw the kids that went to Xbox. Majority of the people that went to Xbox were from Sega because they knew one thing.
That's true.
Here's what they knew, games. The Sega generation were rebellious. We did not go to Nintendo. We did not go to PlayStation. We were one of the most rebellious gaming communities ever in the history of gaming. They labeled us the rebels. And shout out to Manuel A1. Y'all pining tonight. I kept you up here for a reason, baby. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
That's right. That's why the engagement was low, right? Sick, right panel, right chit chat for Xbox in its early days because it was really the Sega community migrating. That's why when the 360 came, it went into full blown.
It
gave us a home. Go ahead, man.
let me rebuttal. Now let me rebuttal. No, you
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Don't get me wrong, you guys are right. Like it was Sega dudes, some PlayStation dudes migrate to mostly Sega dudes, right?
Paul Grant, what's up, baby?
But you gotta understand about the PC community.
Sierra, what's up, baby? Keep going, man.
The purpose of the OG Xbox was the direct box, right? To compete with the PC market, because you understand, right?
He's right. He's right. Keep going.
Let me. Okay, go ahead. I was trying to explain.
You're right.
Okay, look.
But no, hey, Games, I understand what you're saying. I just want to make sure, like, I ain't saying people fully migrated. Hold on, I just want to say I don't think people fully migrated from PC.
That's what I'm
like dudes that have PCs went and got an Xbox too.
This is what I'm going to say. Listen. Listen.
Let me finish.
Yeah. So I'm not saying every PC gamer. I'm going to give you an example who did migrate though. So not every PC gamer migrates from Xbox. The purpose of the Xbox was called the direct box. So they had the PC parts to it. That's why the Xbox is the first console in history use the x86 architecture to get the PC ports like Half-Life 2, Half-Life, Doom, and everything. My brother was a PC guy, right? We had an N64 and a PC. And my brother is more, smarter than me. He's older than me, right? And every day he had a game magazine. Yo, look at this, look at that. This is the Xbox. This is before the Xbox came out.
Right.
And he bought an Xbox in 2002, and that's when became an Xbox. Because we were Nintendo. We grew up with Nintendo. I still do. He outgrew Nintendo, but he had the PC.
Games. I think what the problem is, what you're saying is, it's not you're getting the facts right. It's the context you got a little off. Let me explain to you. What you're saying about the Direct Xbox and all those things are 100% fact. You ain't lied yet, right? However, what we're saying is the Xbox community, when it started, the player base were refugees largely from Dreamcast and people
I know that. Yeah. Obvious. I didn't say a lot of PC gamers.
But what happened was the detail you're not adding to this
is the low end. Yep, Paul Grant.
Right. To buy OG Xbox. That's what they wanted. Right.
Yeah.
What they wanted was for PC dudes to see that and be like, yo, when I want to play something simple or to just be in the living room with a controller.
That's what it was.
My PC and just have I stream my PC games to the TV or whatever. But what really happened was when PC dudes really joined in was in the 360 era when they started that game
for Windows 360 gave everybody a home. Yep.
Right when they tried
because the 360, let's put respect on the PS3 and the 360. They were the most powerful entities on the planet.
Right.
Yeah. Because remember, you do not time consoles were more powerful than PC.
Consoles. Yep.
Yeah, consoles were more than powerful than PCs. So what happened is, right? So what happened during that generation, this is why they had a 10-year plan generation to 2025 to 2005 to 2015. Microsoft and Sony won a 10-year gap because our consoles could outperform a PC. But when NVIDIA and AMD see this crap, that's why his PC started to compete with consoles. And then the more time the graphics card comes in, that's when Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo have to say, wait a minute.
Don't y'all see a trend right now that every time something goes wrong, somebody gets mad and they come up more powerful?
That's right.
Damn, you talk about NVIDIA, AMD coming back more powerful.
Nobody knew. Nobody knew that the Xbox 360 and the PS3 was more powerful than the goddamn PC. It was more powerful.
Well, what would happen was usually when the new console generation would begin, it would be like
of a 5-year gap.
It would be 6 months ahead. No, let me finish. You trying to tell me I'm wrong before you even heard what I said? The consoles would have technology that was like 6 months ahead of whatever you could find on the PC. Observe the original Xbox, right? It was like a GeForce 3.5. It had stuff from GeForce 3 and 4, but the PCs were already on 3 and not on 4, right? So it had like that 6 months to a year, head start in technology that even the PC didn't have, right? And the same with the PS2, although it's not directly comparable, right? The 360 era, the 360 had unified shaders. PC didn't have that until the GeForce 8800 GTX, which is a legendary card. When you talk about the 1080 Ti and nowadays a 49, you talk about the 4090. Even if you're not a PC head, you've heard of these video cards. They're legendary, right? Like they took technology to a new level, right? And it wasn't until the PC had one of those in the 8800 GTX, right, that the PC was able to surpass what that Xbox 360 had, right? It was a level of technology. So it took a while, like 5 years or so, for PC to catch up in general. Of course, within 6 months, there's hardware that's out there that could surpass it, but it would be like thousands of dollars,
Yeah, you gotta let the price be rereasonable, right?
Right. The highest
when you're trying to reach the masses, correct?
Right. So the 4060s, the 4070s, those level cards usually back then you would get those like a year later. They weren't even there at start. They would come out a year later.
They come out later. Yeah.
Right. So the consoles could compete with that, and it would take years, even after release. It would take years before enough people had that, where the average PC would outperform the console, and that's supposed to be the value, proposition, console versus PC. That's what it's supposed to be about. But what started happening was what you guys were just talking about before I started speaking, right? The evolution of new hardware started happening faster. Even these phones are catching up with all this ARM hardware. You see Apple switch it out completely, right? So the level
Skywalker, what's good, baby?
Speed of improvement
Bubba
of
Fett.
performance.
Now you got an iPhone playing video games, like for example, Resident Evil. Yeah,
right. Look what Emmanuel A1 just said. These are the things. Emmanuel A1 is what I've been saying all these years, right? For the last 2 years. The beautiful thing that console ended up doing was creating the features, right? Because Moore's Law, I did a video on Moore's Law. It's running out, and console is catching up because the technology now isn't advancing fast enough anymore. Games where it used to be 10 years, they can sit on something and beast, voila, we got a brand new idea. Let's do this. And then another 5 years down the road, an upgrade, and then an upgrade, and then an upgrade. But what's happening now, Lou, is that technology is finally reaching a height. I'll give you an example. Our television screens, right? 8K. Look at 8K. 12K was about to be a thing, but it stopped all of a sudden because they realized, damn, people just getting to 4K and 8K ain't moving enough. We put it out there, but nobody's really buying it enough because you got these 4K OLED screens that look just as good as these 8K LED screens.
Yes, sir.
And now things are starting to stand still. You can't, you don't have 8K 120 games, right, Sick? You don't have this really advancement. So this 8K stuff on our consoles, that's why they didn't fool us this gen. Everybody knew that was some bull crap. Everybody was like, they're just putting that for a selling grab because we know we're not getting 8K. And we said that from the jump.
Right, Sony too. Only the Xbox right now physically is able to output it with the hardware it has, right? With the HDMI it has. Yes, the PS2 has the HDMI 2.1, but 32 gigabits compared to the one in the Xbox that's 40. You need that to be able to output 8K. Now, it's not enabled on the Xbox, but only the Xbox could do it. But on the PlayStation, it's freaking labeled on the machine, but it doesn't do it.
It's labeled, like a selling point.
It's not even capable of it, but they talk like it's a selling point, right? So you can have another checkbox on your box. When you take a person who doesn't know anything from nothing, and they're looking at and they're trying to decide which is better, right?
This is why I laughed. This is why I laughed, y'all. Right. This is why I laughed when I saw in 2026, people were hooking up the PlayStation 5s to OLEDs, Beast of Truth. I was laughing.
Oh,
I was like,
hey,
what the hell are
I
they?
want
You remember
to.
that? Come on.
I remember that.
You remember that?
I want to call. I want to call this dude out.
Speak
I
on
want to
it.
get in trouble.
Let's
Some dude
go.
in the community literally buy an 8K TV for the PlayStation 5 to play. I want to. It was down bad.
Think about it. Right.
I said, nigga, not like this. Not like this, dude.
To buy an AK for Xbox, it was stupid to do that.
This dude in the community, one pony, the hardcore pony, bought an 8K TV because the sound of the box to the PS5 run 8K.
You can't make this stuff up, Lou.
You don't make me shit up, man.
1440 monitor and been good with that PS5. Now,
you can't make this up.
I was gonna initially go and get a scotch, but I decided to grab some Hennessy because it felt like appropriate for the cooking. Y'all were about to give these fools over these last.
Oh man, you got the Hennessy out.
So hey, you know, I had to pour one up for the culture. But you know, from the conversation y'all was having, my man Sick was out here doing his university thing, schooling folks. Y'all were highlighting how Microsoft has been leading innovation in the console gaming space. You have them now, you know, when I talked about earlier, moving towards a platform focus rather than a console focus. Now you're seeing the other companies follow suit. And look at this, look at what we're seeing this week. Through Game Pass, which becomes Xbox de facto platform outside of Windows, outside of the Windows Store, you see one of the biggest games and zeitgeist moments on the planet right there in the service. Then today you got another Xbox title because of their purchase dropping a new season. So you got your Palworld, which is doing crazy numbers, bringing folks who are signing up for Game Pass to play the game. I had somebody today. How much is Game Pass, man? I need to hop on that Palworld. This dude don't play. He's a Nintendo dude. He don't play Xbox.
It's gonna happen.
Xbox One. But he saw how crazy that Palworld was going. He said, "Yo, let me go ahead and sign up for Game Pass.
Hey, that's fake news.
Play this game."
They don't want to be left out, Steve.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Hey, Steve, that's fake news. There's no Nintendo news out there.
Season 3 dropping right now, and so you got your Diablo folks that are gonna hop on the game and have a good time. And then in a couple more days on your Game Pass platform, you got games like Persona 3 Remake dropping right there on the platform day one. All you gotta do is press download and play. And we're talking about between the PC and between the console. I have both PC and console, so I could just move seamlessly between the two. I have some games on my Xbox. I have some games on my PC.
Shout out to the
sandbox. I pick up one thing and put them on another. So
MSI Claw, GPD, shout out to them. They're doing us a grand service. People don't see, but everybody is saying the same thing. It doesn't matter if you're a console dude, a PC head, right? Like a nobody, like not a nobody, but a guy who's like more regular, right? They're all saying the same thing. Microsoft, you got to bring us a unified type of dashboard for the PCs, right? So it could be console simple, like the Steam Deck do. Once they do that, everybody understands that once that happens, it's a wrap. Even Sony understands, because the announcement that they put up today is consistent with what this new dude who's in charge temporarily has said from the moment he took the reins, right? Guaranteed, this is something I've spoken about before. Expect for Sony to start to do something like that within all their PlayStation games that are coming to PC, where it's unified, where there's a login that goes back to PlayStation Network. That's the only thing that's going to make them survive. That, and like I've always been selling to them that they need to do. They've got this back catalog of all these PlayStation games. Most of them are emulated, by like the homebrew community with lots of emulators out there, it's open source or whatever, but they have their own tech, right? But either way, the reason I even bring that up is to show that it's out there if they want to do it on the cheap or if they want to use their own internal software, right? To emulate the whole back catalog of 5 consoles and 2 handhelds. Like, what's up, Sony? You got these headsets that flop, right? A dude was upset at Beast of Truth for speaking what he does the best, the truth, when he said PSVR 2 was a flop. And dude hopped in the space when everybody was talking, having real conversations, to be all upset and saying, oh, he can't say that because he doesn't have one. Everybody knows the PSVR 2 flop.
What? Wait. But why do you? Here's my question though. Why do you need one? To what? To have it back there? You know, sitting there taking dust.
Right.
I mean, seriously, there's no exactly. There's no software on it. So why the hell are you gonna buy one?
I mean, it's a VR head, but with the Quest, not the PSVR 2, it has no software. It collects
as a brand new.
People get mad when you say itself.
It's funny because I remember seeing everybody on Twitter. Oh man, this is great. A couple months later, I saw everybody. Well, my PSVR 2 is collecting dust. It's getting dust. There's nothing on it. Nothing.
You want to know what the sad part is? Go ahead.
So here's my point, right? So why the hell am I gonna get all mad and go into a space and say, hey, you don't have one, blah 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 blah? Seriously, $550 for something just to have it there collecting dust? You gotta be crazy. I mean, if I'm gonna buy something, I better use it. It better give me something for me to use it for. Seriously.
Right. Look, you know what was funny? We predicted it. We made Six Slayer mad because we predicted it.
Oh, and predicted it?
I knew it wasn't gonna do nothing because of the track record. That's what I was basing it off of.
And they've been having a amazing track record. They've been having a really ever since that man sat down and took those reins. I said it since he took the reins. He doesn't have social media. He doesn't communicate with anybody. I said that man is gonna mess up Sony. How he's gonna take it down the road. He's just gonna break it in half.
That white T-shirt energy.
White T-shirt.
No,
but it's
white T-shirt energy.
Yeah.
But what I was saying back then was, see, the whole time it was me versus 6
What's
people.
up, Scorpio?
PS2. You see what I'm talking about? And this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like, I wasn't defending the PSVR 2. I said a million times, if you ever watch that podcast again, that headset was going to flop, and it did flop from day one. What I was saying was, people are then talking shit about all of VR, right? When you had the Quest, right? Blowing up back then as it is now, right? Okay, the Quest that came out after PSVR 2 way surpassed it. We already know, right? That's what I was trying to say back then. It's like all these people, it's like when people are saying stuff against PC, because it's like, if you're a console dude, that's cool, but there are some dudes who are PC dudes or handheld dudes or not at all. So, and then they kind of attract them with the cloud. And Microsoft is trying to get money from everybody. And when they start supporting one type of platform, it never negatively affects the others.
Here's the thing. Let me say this, Lou. Let me say this.
Go ahead. I'm just gonna do something.
Here's the situation, right? Microsoft has already put their 10 toes down on VR. It's not an area that they want to focus on because they, right, the new kings on the block see that it's not worth the money for them to put into it. Look, if they saw a future with it where they could make money into it, Microsoft would be on it. Apple is doing it in a standpoint of customers within their own ecosystem, so it makes sense. Microsoft went with augmented reality. I was trying to tell people this way back when me and Teknoblast went to Houston. We saw it there when they were showing the future of their tech. It was augmented.
The HoloLens.
Right. We literally went into a Halo game. I was literally Master Chief when I saw that damn Warthog, Steve, blow up right next to me, bro. Six Slayer. I'm gonna tell you some game shows. When I saw that, Luke, when I saw that Chit Chat Beast, my shadow. When I saw my shadow,
and that's what
I literally
at the perfect timing. Perfect timing.
I literally said, I don't want no consoles. I don't want no PC. I don't want anything but this. Look, y'all. You ever watched that movie back in the day? We're old enough to know this. It was called Nightmares, remember? And it had Nightmare. You know what I'm talking about, Sid? Come on, hold me down.
Yep.
Where the guy got sucked into
Oh,
the arcade machine.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, you know
remember
the model version of that though is Ready Player One. You seen that before?
Yeah,
Right.
So
Ready Player.
it's funny. It's funny because I heard y'all talking about VR, right?
I know what you talking about. Yeah.
Please, hold on. Because I
Oh, yeah,
know
go
this
ahead.
is what you're gonna say. Because this is what I wanted to say. This is why I wanted to interrupt Games Hero before he interrupted us. Right? This is what me and Beast have been saying the whole time, and what I tried to tell you back then. Right? Quest, Microsoft, and Facebook have been close like this. Right? I got my fingers all twisted up. Right? Since the beginning, Microsoft and Facebook, since Facebook was a company. So what I always said then, and even now B says the same thing as me. Let the Quest be the official Xbox headset and just tie in with that.
Right.
They don't have to do all the research with the VR tech and all that other stuff. In fact, they just reduced that division. They already just cut down that division, right?
Well, didn't they throw the controller in on it?
No.
Controller?
The first Oculus.
Right.
That was the original Oculus. I'm talking about the Quest, the Oculus Quest.
Okay,
right?
okay. I got you.
Talking about now.
I
It
got
does
you.
that now. What you were talking about, what you said you saw in Houston, that's what the Quest 3 does now. The Quest 2 could do it back then, but it was in black and white. Now it's in color. The same thing you see with the Apple VR, the Quest 3 does that now. Today, right here,
but
right
let
now.
me tell you the difference. Let me
This is
tell
what
you
we're
the
trying to
difference.
tell you. So this
thing right here, man, is look, when I can't describe this, but let me tell you what I do see. When I see the games from all the VR headsets, doesn't even come close to what I was doing.
It was
because
that was AR. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So this is why I know the differences, because I'm like, yo, if I hooked up to 6-layer. Look, I didn't just put something on my head, Beast. I had a backpack.
Yeah.
Some technology. I felt like an android, Lou.
Yeah.
I felt like I was a human at one point, and then the next damn thing I was Deathlock. You know, I was walking around half android, half man. And when I'm sitting over here, me and Teknoblast, I was battling him. Either he was a Covenant, or we might have been two Spartans. I can't even remember because it was that long ago. But when I tell y'all literally,
or something like that,
bro, when I tell you literally, when I had my pistol in my hand and I broke the window, fam, and shot down at the Covenant, when the Covenant was hiding behind the wall, and I shot him down. Come on, bro.
This is what he's telling you though, legal. No cap. You know, I don't leave nobody wrong, bro. I keep it 100. What Stick saying? Stick is speaking 100 because I got a Quest 3. He got a Quest 3 too. What you experience, at least to some degree, you can do that on a Quest 3, right? You talking about mixed reality, right? Because right now, right? Think of Iron Man when he was designing, I think, a new core or whatever, right? And so he like reached in, pulled all the pieces out, spent it around in the real world. You can do that in the Quest 3 right now. Like you can see everything going on in your house.
Beast, I'm not saying you can't. I'm telling you the level of quality.
The level of detail.
That's right. It ain't there.
Right.
Right.
Well,
see, you can tell. You can tell it's not there. When I tell you, literally, when I saw the Warthog roll up, boom, and someone boom, and it blew up. What I'm telling you, it didn't look like no video game. It looked like the damn Warthog blew up. I'm sitting like, I'm sitting here, y'all, looking at it like, dude.
So I'm gonna tell you this, legal. If you can, if you know anybody with a Quest 3 or you get one, bro, try it. Right? It may. I don't know because I don't know what you saw. Right? So it may or may not be up. How long? What year was this when you seen this? What year was it?
He said 2020. It was probably HoloLens he was using because it was Microsoft.
It was in 2020.
So whether it's to the fidelity that was back then or not, I can't say. Only you could. But I will say try to get your hands on somebody Quest 3 and try to mix reality because you can do stuff similar to that, right? And it's evolving the more they go with it because they just get into optimizing Quest 2 games with Quest 3, kind of like going from the base Xbox One to the Series X. And then they got games that's only made for the Quest 3. Like what you talking about? There's a game called First Encounter, right?
He said he got sick from doing your crawler on PC. But see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not discounting dude's experiences or anybody's experience. I said that then, I'm saying it now, right? But anytime you talk about, if you talk about RPG, when we talking about in space, when we talk about stuff in space, okay, Games Heroes Steve and Beast can.
Fireball, what's up? Dolanite, what's up? Pyro MD, what's up, baby?
What up, y'all?
They can attest, right? Like, yo, somebody starts to talk about RPGs. Somebody else will jump in with their opinion and be like, man, the hell with RPGs. I don't care about that. Because that dude don't care. And that's cool, right? And likewise with VR or anything you talk about, genres, it don't matter. Sports games, fighting games, FPS. There are people who are dead set against any kind of genre, right? Or any kind of type of gaming, right? But a high tide raises all boats. What I was saying to you before, like a year and a half ago, whenever it was 6v1, and now here's Beast backing up what I'm saying. It's not, it's not some mea culpa me trying to be like, sour grapes and me trying to be like, I'm telling you I'm right. It's not about that. It's about not everything is for everybody, but you have to understand the impact it can have for the platform as a whole, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft has been doing. It's the logic behind everything. Once you see it from that lens, every move they make, this is why what Steve said was so important, yo, right? It was just like Hannibal from A-Team said, yo, you love it when a plan comes together. But we all know what Steve is alluding to when he says that, if you're an Xbox fan, because all these years we've seen the plan come together. We've seen the effort. When Phil Spencer said, yo, we're not going to mess with VR because we got to do other things that's more important than VR right now, and they made that decision, that was the right decision. I always say that, right? This is why I say let Quest be the headset. Let them provide that hardware. All you got to do is the games and the software, and boom, there you go. That Halo experience. Imagine if they had extrapolated that out and that was available on PC right now, right? And then they could have had it on the Quest now, because now the Quest is up to snuff where it could run it in and of itself with the headset alone. Right now we have the xCloud on the Quest, but you can't remote play on the headset. Once they add that, bro, forget that 4K or 8K or 12K. You got the thing. You could be wherever you are. You put it on and boom, you see it. And
now, facts.
Imagine when the Apple VR or whatever other big headset come out and it's mixing it. It's like the screen is a big screen in the real world, while you still see the real world in the headset. That's that mixed reality thing that blows your mind.
All right, so you have to do you like we did game serials, because look, here's the bottom line.
So now, what?
Let me say this real quick, Beast.
All right.
This is what I'm trying to get to with all the VR stand-up people, right? All the people that's got hope in VR, right? I'm not spitting this from an emotional side stand. I'm not spitting this as a person of fanfare for VR, right? Because like I said, I'm augmented reality till I die from what I experience, right? And it's not VR, all right? So we can't even compare the two. The two don't even move the same. They're not even at the same speeds, all right? Because in augmented reality, Lou, you move as fast as you move. There ain't no frames per second, right? And you're the video game. You are the human is the video game. Beast of truth,
right?
But I wanna say this, right? This is what I want to say. I hope everybody understands this, and this is where the original conversation was at when we were talking about VR. The chat was calling it niche, right? Because the percentages of VR, as long as we've had it since the Game Boy, I've told people this. All the way, even when we would go and they would try to revolutionize going to the movies. Remember the 3D glasses and all that?
Yeah, I had a 3D TV.
Right. It's cool that even brought 3D home, 3D movies. Oh, you know, the thing is, they don't make enough content, right? There might be one or two movies that year that paid for the 3D content. Because I remember Jurassic Park was one of them. Oh, you get inside the Tyrannosaurus Rex mouth when he growled at you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm in the mouth of the deer. Oh. You got people that love shit, right? But it's always going to be small, because here's the thing. If VR was going to blow up, it would have already blew up, like I was telling everybody.
But nobody's saying that.
The 30th year. Watch this, y'all. We're in the 30th year, right, plus of VR. And you know, in like 2000, maybe 20 or 2021, you want to know what the percentage of VR is in the whole totality of gaming? 1.3. Do you know what they're saying that it's going to hit? It's going to plateau. So what does that mean, y'all? What does plateau mean? means it starts to flatline, means it don't go up no more. Guess what they said that year was going to be for it? They're watching it. They're looking at the numbers. They saying eventually it's about to go straight across and not even, it's going to plateau in 2027. What happens in 2027, people? There's a possible rumor that Xbox ain't going to do no mid-gen. It's going to go straight next gen and blow everybody out the market.
Yeah. So legal. I just want to make sure we all understand what we're trying to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
We ain't saying, 20 million Quest 2s have been sold, right?
Mm-hmm.
20 million.
Mm-hmm.
That is up there with these new generation consoles, right? Because it came out around the same time, basically, right? 2020, I think the Quest 2. So the Quest 2 has literally been selling as well as current generation consoles. The Quest 3 just came out and they trajectory pretty getting up there. But again, the Quest 2, they optimizing that and still supporting it. So people do not feel pressured to get one. But it's selling pretty good too. What we saying is VR is not going to take over. That's not what we saying. But I got my sons a Quest last Christmas. They loved it so much they were sharing it. I got them another one this Christmas. I got me and my lady the Quest 3. Right, I be playing Dungeons of Eternity with my sons, a couple other things, bowling, baseball, like all kind of stuff. These kids, you will be surprised how many people be on there playing VR. So what we saying is no. I do agree with you. Microsoft should not make their own hardware. Me and Sick been on that. No, Microsoft should not waste money doing that. But go ahead and partner with MetaQuest because they already got Xbox on there. And like Sick saying, if they can get the what was it called, Sick, the direct streaming from your box or whatever, get that right. The lowest latency. Yeah, the lowest latency possible. And this is what I told people because I said to my girl, right? I even said it. They should give let's say terminal patients or anybody that's sick, put VR headsets in them hospitals, allow them to have some kind of escape from what they're going through, right? If they can tolerate that. Because right now, what you can do with them headsets for about what is it, like $250 to $499, that is your own personal TV, right? No matter it's people out here right now. This is why they judge graphics horribly, because they don't got the correct TV to see these things. Yeah. If you can go get a Quest 2 for $250 or a Quest 3 for $499, that's your own personal TV. Irregardless whoever using your TV in your house. That is something that a lot of people are not foreseeing, because you can watch everything from Hulu to Prime to Netflix on that thing. You can feel like you're in a movie theater doing this, right? So it's not even just about the VR games. And let's talk on that too for a minute. The reason VR ain't taking off when it comes to, I guess, the main console manufacturers, you got the wrong person leading it. Sony doesn't have nothing interesting enough to lead VR. Imagine Halo in VR, right? Imagine Grounded in VR. Sea of Thieves in VR. Right. Yep. Sony is the wrong people to be the spearhead of VR, bro.
It's too small, and it's going to be right. That's it. That's all I said from the day one.
Yeah.
The answer, we don't need to keep asking why Microsoft is not going to do it. We know the answer.
Now
Microsoft ain't going to do it because it's too small.
Right. Now take VR out of this conversation completely, right? And replace it now with PC. Legal. Everything you said earlier about PC, right? We all agree, we all understand that's been Microsoft's plan, just like with the handheld, cloud, everything else, to get you on whatever you at, you on their platform, playing their games, buying their games, enjoying what they have on offer. Right?
But why, Sid?
Because if they can touch everyone, they make more money. Because
no. But why? Go back to the origin. But why? Why did PC make sense with Microsoft?
Because that's their origin, right? They know that left and right.
But what I'm saying, that's it.
No, right. But we all know this, right? You've said this many times. We've all said it many times.
Right.
The problem comes in when, just like when it was with VR, put the VR side on, the PC in the space, right? So now people act like that same way about PC because they're console heads. And I'm not knocking you. That's not a knock.
Right. No. I got you.
Well, not you.
What's up?
Abundantly clear. That's not a knock because it's a different style. It's a couch with a controller, and I'm a PC head, but that's what I do. I've said many times. I spent over 25 years, nearly 30 years, adapting a PC to do just that. So I understand all about that and why it's important, right? It's that simplicity. You don't want to. It's a simple box. You buy it one time. You don't have to worry about upgrades and all this other stuff. You just worry about the game and the experience, right? So that's why the console dudes, when you hear once they hear anything about PC, all of a sudden their minds go to that and they can't think objectively and they shut their brains off.
You talking about that certain group of people. I get you. Well, and I'm talking to them too, Sig. Here's what I'm telling everybody.
Hold on. But it's not for them. But when the PC dudes are also on, and the console dudes, and fuck Sony for real, right? And the cloud dudes, right? And everybody else, and every other platform that's available, even dudes who's just playing on the web, right? It's higher tide raises all boats. Even if you don't mess with it, if you don't mess with a certain genre, right? Once Xbox is powerful in all these genres, then they're undefeatable because they're hitting it from every angle, every genre of type of game, every platform to access their platform, right? Everything you want. If you're disabled, right? They got that adaptive controller for you, right? It's so great. They got awards for it, and even Sony copied it, right? And their stuff is interoperable. All of that, like
we get that. But here's this is the thing. Out of real quick, Lou. Keep your thought, Lou, because you're coming after this.
Yep.
The thing is, we can say whatever we want, right? But we're not in control of it. Look, I'm telling everybody what Microsoft's saying, right? So I'm gonna read this, and then Lou, you can talk. This is Matt Booty, right? I think for us, it's just a bit of wait until there's an audience there. There's no audience. I know we're talking about
VR out of the equation. Putting
I know. No, that's what we're talking about. I'm not taking it out of the equation because there's a lot of people, right, who are baffled as to why Microsoft doesn't do anything. I'm here on this show to let them know this is what they're thinking. Not me, not you, not Beast, not anybody in the panel. This is what Microsoft is thinking. I think
so. Let me ask you this, Legal. When did they? How old is that statement that he said?
About 2017.
Hold on, I'll get to that. Let me finish reading this. Let me read this.
Right.
I think for us being Microsoft, right, it's just a bit of wait until there's an audience there. We're very fortunate that we have got these big IPs that have turned into ongoing franchises with big communities. We have 10 games that have achieved over 10 million players' life to date, which is a pretty big accomplishment. But that's the kind of scale that we need to see success for the game. And it's just, and he said, and it's just, and like a pause, it's not quite there yet with AR and VR.
This is what I'm talking about.
What they're looking for
VR. We're talking about other things. We keep telling you.
But let me finish. There's another problem. There's another problem. There's another problem that we're seeing, right? Because I didn't know this. And Beats of Truth, this was June 20th of 2023, right? Before I believe before Oculus 3 was, because I think Oculus 3 came out September or October, right? Last year.
October, I think. Yeah.
Right. So this was before that. And I guess because Oculus 3 was coming, and I guess use typical questions. Hey, are we going to do anything with Oculus 3? I guess that's why this interview was done. But from what I see, right, Lou, and I'll let you hit it after this.
Yep.
I haven't been following, but just off of reading that, VR games ain't hitting. They're not selling a lot.
You missed the point entirely then. Because
so if they're looking, if Microsoft is looking for, okay, they did the Sea of Thieves, right? They did the Grounded. They did the what else? The Halo Infinite multiplayers, and I guess the Minecrafts and things like that have taken off and have grown a community all by themselves, right? Beats of Truth. They're looking at the VR community, and they don't see games doing that. As far as what Matt Booty is saying, they're seeing people just buying it, playing it, and it's done. More like a one and done situation. They're not building communities, right?
Well, I don't know, because
taking off to where a 10 to 9 to 7 million games are being sold on it.
Right.
So I guess that's why.
So here's the thing. Well, it's the thing with that, right? We ain't saying jump head in, right? You got to be prudent when you look at these kind of things, right? Like all the stuff we talk about with Sony, PlayStation, all this, right? So I'm saying this from a overall gamer's perspective, the things I see my son do, the little dudes I know they play with, they don't got to jump all in, but they already partnered with them for whatever reason. Game Pass is on VR, right? So they confident enough in it to do that, right? And I'm sure that costs a little bit of change. So what we saying is dip a toe up in there, right? Work on some first party Xbox title, full VR support, and see how that do. That's gonna tell you how far to go with it or not. That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah, because they got the app on
it. Ain't gonna hurt. It ain't gonna hurt to make a VR game and see where it go.
That's what I'm saying. Right. There we go.
Let's let Lou say something.
Because you still got a base of 20 million. That's all.
I got my hammer now. Quit talking. I got my hammer now. Quit talking. Let me talk. I got my hammer now. Let me talk real quick. Let me be the judge right now real quick.
Shout out to that game of 7 hours. Let's go, Lou.
Sick. You said something about Microsoft, right? I'm going to tell you what Microsoft is doing. Let's go back a little bit of history, right? Let me tell you what these companies are doing in general. I mean, look what happened today. Not today, yesterday. Probably a day ago or something like that. We saw the whole situation with PlayStation going third party and stuff like that, right? This is what's going on, guys. Technology is advancing way too damn much. What Microsoft wants to do, their purpose is to make a really huge super app where you can access it everywhere. That's what PlayStation said today. Microsoft wants to make a Netflix of gaming. That's the whole point. Because if we go back, remember when there was Blockbuster? Back in the day, you had to go out there, you got to rent the damn movie. Through 2 days, then you got to return it. A day later, you got to return it. 4 days later, you got to return it. That's how Blockbuster used to work. But when Netflix came around and pitched this idea, Blockbuster said, nah, this ain't going nowhere. This is never going to happen. Nothing like this is going to happen. Look now. How many? Can you tell me how many services are there right now that you got to subscribe to watch their content? You got Paramount, you got Discovery, you got History, you got all these companies going into services. Same thing with music. Same thing with music.
Music was first.
Music. You have to go to in order to listen to one damn song, you got to buy a whole damn CD. And to listen just to that one damn song, you got to take out the CD.
Hey, Louis.
Put that in there. To listen to just one damn song. But wait.
Louis, do you remember how big Paramount used to be when we were younger?
How big what?
Do you remember how big Paramount used to be when we were younger?
Not only Paramount
is barely a fraction of the size of Netflix.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, if you sit down and you look at all those companies from back then, you see how everything just turned into technology and how technology advanced. Xbox is doing the same damn thing. And you see Sony right now. Sony is seeing this. They are seeing what's going on because at the end of the day, when Xbox sits down and says, oh, look at our software, look how much money we're making on the software side of things. Sony's like, damn, I'm only making $15 on the PlayStation. I'm making a couple bucks on these games. What am I going to do? The whole thing with the PC thing, as you guys mentioned it before, like, yeah, it's not going to happen day one, day not. Listen, I've had the same discussion with fanboys. And let me tell you something, the Spanish community here in Dominican Republic is a big Sony PlayStation fanatics. They're huge. Yep. They're huge. And when I sat down, I remember in 2019 or I don't remember what it was. It was 2018, 2019 when Microsoft and Sony signed an agreement for cloud. I told those guys, I can see in the future that Sony is going to be putting games over here, and I see Xbox putting games over here. How they're going to do it? I don't know yet. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I have a feeling that's going to happen in the future. Why? Because listen, guys, at the end of the day, you can have a 1080p TV, right? When you go on Netflix, you have a service that's a 1080p service. You pay it, and you watch your movies 1080p. If you have 4K, you pay your service for 4K, right? I think this is what's going to happen. Once they got the cloud, once they got the services down, once they got all that stuff down, what's going to happen with hardware? What's going to happen with hardware? I mean, the hardware that we're buying right now is so expensive, right? It might come in real cheap later on in the future. It might come. Why? Because here, with all this service thing happening, right? Because, I sit down and I watch Netflix and I'm like, damn, this quality looks good. Damn. And I watch all these movies and I'm like, whoa, this looks beautiful, right? Seeing all this, I can imagine how gaming is going to turn around and how is it going to come when it comes with cloud. It's going to be freaking amazing. Sony's working for that. Sony is working for that. Now, Nintendo, because here's the thing, though, what some people don't understand what happened with Sony, right? Sony, when it came out there, they wanted to go out there and compete against Nintendo, trying to make a mascot, trying to make a popular game to compete with Nintendo games. But hey, they can't compete with Nintendo. So what did they do? Like, okay, let's go out here, just make all this bunch of games, just get people over here, adult games. Since Nintendo has the little kiddie-friendly thing, Nintendo's not going to put a bunch of adult games over here, which they didn't put a bunch. They put a lot, but not a bunch, right? Not a huge amount like PlayStation has. So PlayStation stuck to this. Then came Xbox. Now you see a competitor here, Xbox. Guys, when Xbox came out, who started with the whole online thing? Who was the one who pretty much nailed it down with the online gaming of the whole multiplayer online? It was Xbox.
No,
no, wait. You did not. I said nailed it. Nailed it down.
Wow.
Nailed it down. Nailed it down. I'm not saying like the whole beginning because
reading is fundamental, just like listening.
Not only. Yeah.
Hey, you gotta get a Dreamcast for it.
I know where it began because I have the PS2 modem thing that it was like this big and you got to attach it to the console to play. But okay, that Xbox pretty much nailed the online gaming. What did PlayStation do? It had to come over here and follow. Look at Nintendo. Was Nintendo going through the online thing? When did Nintendo go online? Was it pretty much this generation with the Nintendo Switch?
No, 2005.
The GameCube was on. No, the GameCube.
Yeah, the GameCube had online with the modem.
It was a modem, yeah, but I'm saying,
but no. They started online with the DS, with the Nintendo Wi-Fi network. Then with the Wii.
Let's see, tell you.
That's how they do their online. They ain't doing online. It's just a carrier pigeon that just carries the game.
No, but I'm talking about online gaming in general.
Let me tell you. So they started online in 2005 with the Nintendo DS called Nintendo Wi-Fi Network. Then in 2006, in 2006.
Because here's the thing, I'm asking these questions. Why am I asking these questions? Because I did not own a Nintendo back in the day. I have even an Xbox, or I had a PlayStation. I had a PlayStation 2. So what happened? Like I was saying though, Xbox pretty much nailed the whole gaming thing with multiplayer, right? Then you see PlayStation coming around trying to nail it. Until PS4, they probably it was the time, because I remember people complaining to me about the PS3 online that it wasn't that good.
Louis, that's what you're saying. Okay, see.
So Microsoft nails this, right? We also what was the question? Sorry.
It's not a question. What I'm saying to you, when you said when they nailed it, what you mean is what we all are thinking about, because you said the words first and then you said nailed it. What you mean?
Yeah, but what I mean by
Xbox did it was really good with the 360. That's when it started.
That's what pretty much, but Xbox One, I remember people playing online with the Halo 2.
That's
remember?
That's what I'm saying.
So not the Xbox One, the old Xbox. My bad. The old Xbox, the OG Xbox.
The Dreamcast was there. The GameCube, the PS2, the original Xbox were all online then, right? But it was the Xbox that did it right in the way we know it now. That's what.
It was. That's the thing. The terminology getting misconstrued. What he's saying is Xbox made it a household thing.
Right? Xbox, that's the word. Thank you. Household thing. Xbox made it a household thing. Yeah. So what happened was, you see PlayStation coming around saying, "Okay, we got to get into this competition, because if we stay back, Xbox is gonna dominate us over here." So they came around and came to this, right? Xbox One came in. We all know what happened. We all know the whole circus, whole problem that happened. Okay, cool. We all see that Phil Spencer grabs the spot. And now we see Game Pass coming around. We see the Game Pass coming around. We see what's going on. He wants to make a service, for all these kids to be on there, for you to subscribe and play all these games. Okay, that was pretty cool. At the beginning, they said we're just going to add first party. Then they started adding third party. Third party day one with first party day one, which started getting better and better and better. And so Microsoft, what did they do? They went out there and started to buy studios to make the portfolio way bigger. And why do they do this? Because at the end of the day, once that app goes out there, once it goes out there on the full, there's no stopping Microsoft. There's no stopping Microsoft, no matter where you're at, no matter where you sit, where you're at. If you got a screen right there and you can have Game Pass on there, you're going to access Game Pass and you're going to have a lot of fun playing games with signing on the Xbox Game Pass. That's what you're going to do. And that's what they want to do. And this is why Sony right now sat down and said, oh, man, we got to catch up with the times because, hey, at the end of the day, we are spending money making these games, $300 million worth of games right now, which is one game. And look how it sells because our fans are not supporting it as much. And it's sad that they go out there, they talk about it like they're the best thing in the world. And look at those numbers that came out at the end of the year. Look what we saw. We saw Call of Duty being on top spot. We even saw Minecraft. We even saw a couple more games that were third party on top. But where is your first party games that you all talk about? The quality, the best thing that happens. Even Jim Ryan said it. Even Jim Ryan said it. Jim Ryan said it. If y'all take Call of Duty, we are doomed. They were making they're making those with Call of Duty money.
Let me see real quick.
No, hold on, games.
At the end of the day, what I'm saying is, remember what happened with Blockbuster, Netflix, music right now? How is it going? Same thing is going to happen with gaming. Microsoft is going to put that app where they can give them permission to put it, and they're going to go out there and put it not only in VR, not only all that stuff. Will we see VR games in the near future? I don't know, guys, because hey, listen, VR is brand new. I just look at a survey. There's only 51.1 million VR headsets sold in total, and that's not a whole bunch. You know, that's probably all of them mixed.
Most of them is the Quest, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, check this out, though.
Hold on. Let Game Zero talk, man.
No, go ahead, B. No, go ahead, B. Go ahead, B.
Because
how
many Xboxes have been sold, right? It's looking like maybe it's around 50, right?
G4 was good, baby.
Right, but see, you want to compare one is big in our eyes and one is small, right? But forget all of that. It's like Microsoft is making all this money now off of Game Pass and all this other stuff, right? Because it's not just about the console or the PC or the VR or not or whatever the hell else, right? Is that it's on all these things, right? And it's so awesome for people to just try with no money invested, and then more people are ending up buying the games outright. All those people who were like, oh, they'll just sit there like they did on Netflix and eat, and never buy anything outright. That doesn't happen. This is why Microsoft is making the money. But it's not only that, it's also right that it's on every platform that will let them be on. Right?
Exactly.
Every platform now let them be on. And it's like I keep saying, high tide raises all boats. Let me put it another way. It's a bunch of little stacks that you bring together and make a huge stack of money. Like when you see Donkey Kong Country and he got his big ass stack of bananas, his big banana hoard. Same thing, right? This is how they're making their money.
I'll give another example. Didn't you see the numbers on Steam for Starfield? I mean, that was huge. That was huge. Just on Steam, that was huge. I mean, look what Palworld. All we're seeing is the numbers on Steam. Look how Palworld is selling on Steam. It's mad crazy how it's selling. Crazy. You know what's crazy about do we know the Xbox numbers yet? We probably don't know it. It's probably people trying to Game Pass. What's up?
We're quick to bring up what all these other games are doing, right? When it comes to Xbox. But nobody pays attention to how many people play Sea of Thieves. Does anybody on here?
Oh, I do. Sea of Thieves is amazing. It's a game that's amazing. So how many
people play Sea of Thieves?
I remember it was last time it was in 35 million. I think it was 30 to 35.
No, not concurrent. Not concurrent.
How much are they, Famo? Oh, because the new DLC dropped.
How many people are playing it right now on app?
On new DLC drop? How much?
1.3 million.
That's crazy.
We over here.
Palworld numbers every day.
And we over here talk. Yeah, but Sea of Thieves been out longer than Palworld.
Exactly.
We don't talk about the greatness that we're doing, right? Because we don't see it.
Right.
We don't see it. But this is the reason what Matt Booty is talking about.
Yeah.
Our shit is doing numbers. This is why we're not worried about
Everybody
other
set
shit.
themselves up about Palworld for the past week, but
When you're a company, right? When
I
you're a
got you.
company that's building its own things, that's your vision. Microsoft didn't spend billions of dollars on cloud not to use it, Lou. They didn't build that cloud infrastructure Azure to not use it, right? They didn't spend billions of dollars to create Game Pass, right? This is why the other companies don't have a Game Pass, because the other companies are stuck in VHS mode, right?
Yep.
Where you have to have a VHS to do what, Beast? Only play what, Beast? VHS.
What they do?
You could put a Betamax tape in a VHS. You could use a universal.
This is why Microsoft.
No, let's just talk real quick.
I ain't even done yet. Hold on. When we talk about where people are playing at, right? Microsoft is looking at this from what makes sense for us. If we're here to take over, we're not here to take over a continent, right? We're not here to take over an island. When Microsoft makes moves, it's to conquer the world. They're looking at, okay, so what makes sense for us to conquer the world? Let's go after mobile, right? So they went after mobile. They got ABK. And people don't even understand that was the checkmate. Because without ABK, the East is running things. People don't understand that the East has been blocking Microsoft. It's the East. It's not nothing else. So when you think of any object that comes from the East, that's been the problem with Microsoft. Any object, because now they made the playing field even. They said, okay, you got Tencent got that, Nintendo got that, Sony got that. Y'all won't let us come in. All right, so we gonna lock down the West. When they took the ABK deal, they literally took the West of mobile gaming and everything else. EA is over here. EA already sided with Microsoft long time ago
because they close like
EA access, right? So we got the sports, we got everything right here on our Xbox. What do we have to do, Beast? Pay $5. That's it. EA Play ain't went no higher, Beast. They ain't leveled up. They ain't went high on no price. It's been the same. That's right.
So this my thing, right? All right, everything y'all saying, right? This was crazy because I told you I created this account about 2012. I started using it in 2021, right? Everything we talking about right now, I've been trying to put these people up on. Before they came out with an Xbox app, I said, this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna make an app, they're gonna put on every screen in the world. I'm by my TV in my room right now. I can put on Game Pass and play on my TV.
Exactly.
Get a controller. I told people. So right now they got a little contract with Samsung, right? So I don't know how long that's lasting, but when that runs out, you can bet you're gonna see it on LGs, VZOs, any current TV that can run it. I bet, man. Listen, when you talk about spaces, bro, I used to lay this out for people in them spaces, right? But again, as I learned, a lot of those dudes ain't gamers, right? So I get tired of trying to talk to people who I know ain't gamers. So I'm like, okay, bro, I done put y'all up on enough game. Y'all go ahead and do it. If it's legit enough, I'll come through there, right? Because I done went with the niggas y'all was scared to say something to. I done did all that, right? So this is what I'm saying with the VR stuff. I just want to touch on this right quick, then we can leave it in the past. This I do know Microsoft is going to get into it at some point, right? Look who going after it, Apple. This is their biggest competitor in the world, right? Because remember, Microsoft just passed up Apple. They kind of doing like a ping-ponging effect right now.
Yeah,
one of them will be first.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Right.
Right. So
they start to pass. Yeah.
The Apple Vision Pro is going to cost about $3,500, something like that when it come out. You got Apple investing in this, right? Right, yeah. So when I looked it up, right, just had a double check, right, because it wouldn't make no sense to invest in that and not have games. They're investing in what we were talking about earlier, the mixed reality and AR stuff, right? That's what they're gonna invest in with golf, sports games, Fruit Ninja, all that kind of stuff.
NFL.
There's no way Microsoft is going to allow Apple to capitalize on the VR market by themselves. And if they got a partner with Meta. If they got a part with Meta, whoever else, they not going to allow that to happen. Because if we talk about Microsoft taking over, all I'm saying is if we talk about Microsoft taking over, they're going to have to get into VR because that's not going nowhere. Since those that Ready Player One and the movie you was talking about in the past, since that came out, That's been kind of a dream of us since we've been kids, right? So again, they may feel the way they feel now, but I know they got their element. Like that's just common sense. They're gonna get into it at some point, and I believe they're gonna dip their toe in it, maybe with a VR Halo. Like I said, it has to be something big because the reason it ain't cut on right now because you got the wrong dudes leading it. Sony is not built to lead no VR, bro. It's of course. Let me ask you this, Legal. If you have somebody, you ever seen an IGN employee play a game, you like, man, they don't know how to play that game. Like, what are they doing? They're making it look trash. That's what Sony is doing to VR, bro. They the wrong dudes to lead VR.
Not helping it, but here's the thing. Right. Sony's not helping it, and nobody else is helping it.
Right. You need a premier title.
The myth is that VR is actually doing something. The truth is it's not. I just told everybody. It's plateauing in 2027. What people
it's not going nowhere either.
What Apple is doing now, and everybody else that's doing it, Sony doing it, they're getting it while the numbers are climbing.
We can't count Sony. Sony's is a failure. We can't count Sony at all. I'm not even trying to be. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious. You can't count Sony. Sony taints the pool of VR. They literally do. They taint that pool.
Beast has a point when he rising. Look, the PlayStation VR 2 doesn't make VR look good. Bottom line.
Oh man,
it's hurting it, making it look appealing.
And that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
But, it's really the overall consensus for VR, it's moving slow and it's about to get ready to plateau. And then
it is moving slow, though. I agree with
that. Yeah, definitely. The estimate year is 2027 when it plateaus. When something plateaus, it's never great to invest in. It's only great when it's growing. When it stops growing, it's not. These companies don't invest in things that don't grow. So this is why you see them grabbing it now, because it's growing a little bit. It's a trend. It's something that can get somebody in. But they see the future. Microsoft saying, "Listen, people, trust us. We're big tech. We got the vision map. We see this thing. We literally look at it. We see the numbers and everything. What y'all don't see, we see, and we see that it's not worth investing because we don't." Bat Booty said we don't even see the numbers for the games of VR to even be concerned about it. So to justify Beast, right? To justify Beast, it will only work when those things change, which in the future it doesn't look like it is. That's it.
I feel like it'll take Xbox though they had it to the ring for it to change. Ironically,
so
it's gonna take them to put one of their titles on there to make AAA VR gaming series.
You never know. I'm not. Hey, you never know. I'm not gonna speak against it. What's up, Steve?
You just said something that I think needs some elaboration. So you said that companies, they don't want to invest into something that's plateauing. They want to invest into something that's growing.
Exactly. And what did I say? What did I say about Sony going where?
So what's the console market doing right now?
Come on with it.
The console market is plateauing.
Exactly.
So you saw Microsoft first jump out with this multi-platform strategy.
Right.
And we're going to create a platform that could be on all these devices. We had Sony say, we skeptical. It's going
right.
You had Nintendo twiddling their thumbs, doing whatever Nintendo does, probably smoking some weed and shaking some folks down with the Yakuza. They were doing their thing, eating mushrooms and stuff. So, but then 2 years later, they're looking at the numbers just like Microsoft is looking at the numbers. You got Jim Ryan in the white T-shirt energy. He out the door. All these leads.
And that man was ready to go.
Pandemonium. And then you see the Sony CEO that came from Sony proper, not PlayStation. Sony proper takes over PlayStation and says that the future is in anything that has a compute. You have people talking about the two games potentially coming to PC in a couple years. They're already on the mobile. Y'all remember back during the Wii and Wii U generation, there was the whole question, will Nintendo jump in mobile? Nintendo looked at mobile as competition. Hey, They're
Yes,
eating
they
into our
did.
casual gaming market. And you know, when they jumped onto mobile, they tried to jump onto mobile and force them into the same pricing structure that they like on console. Now you see Nintendo bend the knee, and they started changing. And Nintendo, they're not quick to change. They discovered the land port like 5 minutes ago. That's how you know Nintendo don't like to change. So the market is forcing these giants to change right now. And
Facts.
and you know, the fanboys who are huffing on the plastic and can't see the writing on the wall, they're going to have to slowly come to the realization that Xbox, which is part of Microsoft, which as a platform maker generally has to be forward-looking. When you see their jump on something, you could pretty much assume the other two are going to eventually follow.
Yep.
Xbox is on the online, Sony follow, Nintendo eventually follow later. You know, the DRM. First of all, DRM has been around before it was in gaming. That's what saved the music.
Man, your real life is DRM. These dudes hypocrites.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, but
ain't no butt is no butt games. Come on now, ain't no butt.
But technically, so Microsoft did explain.
Bro, I own my car, but if I don't pay car insurance, I can't drive it, bro. That's DRM. Basically,
with the DRM backlash is that the media was not educating its viewers. They were still playing it.
Yeah, but Microsoft just explained it wrong, bro.
Because DRM, if you're going into a digital future from a business perspective, it is a fact that you're going to have DRM to protect your business. So it was a fact that everybody was moving towards DRM.
Right.
They just wanted to
Listen.
consumers will go.
Hey, hold on, crazy. Hold on, crazy.
Crocodile tears, and then eventually it didn't matter because they switched over anyway.
Hey, I'm gonna ask a question, right? So if DRM is a problem, right, and everybody wants DRM free games, right? So why does PC gamers don't support God.com?
Good question.
It's not Steam.
Facts, because nobody because it was fake concern trolling. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen to our game?
Because God.com is DRM free.
Right. But see, DRM is only a problem when it gets in your way. Notice on the Xbox and even the PlayStation, even Nintendo, right? On the consoles, it's all DRM, but it's not in your way, so it just works and you don't think about it. Yeah. Even your disc-based games are DRM, even on Xbox until very recently when they patched it finally, where you could use the disc without the online update. That just came out, last year? Right? So we were DRM locked even on the disc games. It's just as long as it's not a problem to you or annoys you or makes it where your experience is worse than a pirate, you straight. On PC, sometimes it's not like that. When the DRM is too egregious, like when they talk about de novo and stuff like that, that makes it worse for the paying customer because the pirates don't have to worry about any of that. But generally on Steam and most of those other things, it just works and it's not in your way. No DRM is good. But
hold on. Reddit's 96 have a point.
Hold on. You mean to tell me you don't own your Steam games?
You don't own any of these games, but you don't own your Xbox games either. Your PlayStation, Nintendo.
Bees, I try to tell Bees that, and he don't listen.
What, nigga? Hold on, wait, bro. Wait, what?
I'm gonna drop the facts, bro. Even in the 80s,
I'm about to rip his dude legs off. I swear to goodness.
Back in the day with all software, you don't. What they tell you is you don't own the software. You own the rights to use the software in the way they approve.
They're trying to tell Beast that.
Yeah, what are you trying to tell me, Games? What was you trying to tell me?
It's printed in very thin line. It's really small lines.
I'm trying to tell Beans. I'm trying to tell a lot of people that. Hold on.
Tell me what? What are you talking about, bro?
I told you that when you buy games digital, you don't own that shit. That's why physical is important.
Bro, nobody. Wait. Hold on. Wait. No, you get hold on. You get me misconstrued. Hold on. Let me get back at that for a minute. You get me misconstrued.
I'll see you tomorrow.
You get me misconstrued with somebody else. What I've been saying, it doesn't matter. Literally, factually, 90% of games purchased are digital, whether you like it or not across the world. My thing, that whole hypocritical thing, IGN wouldn't even be in business if it wasn't for online. How can a bunch of people be complaining about a console always being online when you online all day, every day? It never made any sense.
Exactly.
I got my hammer out. I got my hammer out real quick.
Look.
Even the physical CDs now come out with the code in them. Not even the full game. It's just the code.
Shut up, Lou. That's fake news.
It's just the code.
That's fake news, Lou. I want order. Legal, give me order. No, legal. No, I'm gonna break Lou legs. I'm gonna break Lou legs.
Game on this. Games don't put the end game on this. And Beast, and I'm not being petty either when I say this, Beast, so don't laugh. Look, we ain't taking nothing with us anyway. We ain't on this shit. Who we kidding?
That's your
legal. You're not. Hey, legal. This is what I've been trying to say.
I don't pay y'all taxes.
Right. Thank you.
Yo, hey, legal. This what I've been trying to tell. This what I've been trying to tell Game Zero, bro. So Dave dropping. Listen, I've been trying to tell you that, right? You talking about owning things? It is a myth. I own my car, like I own my car outright, right? But if I don't pay my insurance, I can't drive something I own, right? That doesn't make sense. So it never made any sense for people to make that argument. Like you always talk about ownership, but most of the things you invest in life, you have to pay something on top of that. If we're gonna go deeper than that, right? Hold on. If we're gonna go deeper than that, if you don't pay your electric bill, you can't even play your game. You can never own what you need to play the game. What are y'all talking about? Like, I don't understand.
This is why I don't knock what Radiant said. He's not wrong at all, but the way he's using it, and I've already read what he said on the subject many times before. He's not a fan of Gabe and DRM as a whole. He just wants to see it. I'm not trying to put him in a box.
That's right.
That's a false concern, though.
Right. He's more like the Linux guy, where he just wants it all open, no DRM, no nothing, like it's free like beer, but the real world doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
Big facts.
Emmanuel said and others Zink were talking about. Number one, Microsoft didn't even explain it properly, right? Number two,
ownership makes you feel comfortable. That's all.
Right. Even the disc, I even mentioned this before though.
Not older that beast. I can own my shit.
Hold on. Even before the conversation went into this angle, I said, even with the discs on the Xbox, they just fixed that last year. It was like that since the Xbox One. They finally fixed that. So it doesn't matter. I understand why you don't want the DRM, and it's annoying. That's what Radiance is talking about. Trust me, bro. I see when you say it all the time. I'm not outing you to knock what you're saying. I'm 100% with you, but I'm also a realist about the real world. It's the same way most of us are realists about physical media. We understand. We understand why people want it, but we also understand the real world is increasingly less tenable.
Look, Sick. We understand why. Hey, Sick. We understand why grown ass men want to put nothing but video game cartridges all in their living room, in their houses when you walk in their door. We get it.
Hold on, legal. If you are a grown ass man, right? See me, I put my physical games in a box, right? So if I want to take it out, if you're a grown ass man, right, and you have a big old whole wall of physical games, and a woman comes to your house and she know this shit, and look, man, you're down bad. I call that just a wall of virginity. Listen, look.
Hey, why you taking shots at that boy? I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Hey, Bees, I'm gonna tell you something, right? I bought this game 11 years ago, right? Physical, brand new, right? It's called The Last Story for the Wii. I looked at price.com, pricecharts.com. You know what this thing worth now?
How much?
$300.
Damn.
Well, here's the thing though.
That's how you own this shit. You own this because I own this copy.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, as of right now, a bunch of the games are not coming just with the code. When you install that CD in there, you see 74 MB. You're like, what the hell is this? And all of a sudden, when the game comes out, you see whoop, full installation. Like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? right?
Exactly.
But you got to go online in order for this game to install. If not, all you have is a damn code. That's all you have. No physical game right there, buddy. That's
also
long gone.
On top of
there's
no,
some
go ahead, Louis. Go ahead, Louis.
There's some other companies, that they keep on doing it. Nintendo is one that keeps on. It's going to keep on doing it forever because we all know how much a Nintendo game sells, right? I mean, shit. Super Mario Bros. For Nintendo is worth $2 million if it's in package A, grade A, all that stuff right now. But Nintendo's keeping that up. But nowadays, I remember. I don't remember what Call of Duty was it that it came out with just a CD with the code in it. So if you did not go online, you did not install the game, buddy. Mm-hmm. That's it. All you have was a code. So
that's true.
Let me read you all something real quick about what Phil Spencer said from his mouth in 2020 about Game Pass.
Go on, G4, talking about mine.
Let me throw this in here real quick. This is what Phil said. I think for us, it's all about priority and reaching more players. So we went to PC first after Xbox. Because that's just so many players there globally that don't own an Xbox that we could go reach. We went mobile next because there's a billion Android phones on the planet. It's significantly larger than any console player base. We still have iOS to go after. We will come to iOS at some point. We're still working on some of our technology on PC for larger screens in terms of streaming and getting to iOS. And I think once we get through that, we look at that other options. We look at the other options. Right? There's smart TVs out there. There's Chromebooks out there. There's Fire TVs out there. There's a lot of discussion we would have. We would prioritize it based on where we would find the most new players that we could naturally bring content to. Listen up. Listen up. This is the most important part.
Go ahead, Lou. Go ahead.
That's funny.
I love the Switch. I love the PlayStation, honestly. I think they've done an amazing job as being part of this industry. I'm not sure that those are the next big set of users for us, but we could be open for those discussions. That was in 2020, y'all. Right. Those are the plans for Xbox to deliver that Game Pass everywhere. That's the plan. He said it in 2020, and that's what he's planning to do. And this is why PlayStation came out there and said, "Hey, let's bring our games to billions of players too." What did they say?
So now that's computing at. In order, Game Pass couldn't even exist if you was worried about DRM. Let's be real, right? So this is what we're trying to tell people. Your concerns are counterproductive to the ambitions of Microsoft. You cannot be one of these people saying, "I love physical games," but you enjoy Game Pass, bro. You're a hypocrite. Matter of fact, if you online at all and you cry about ownership, you're a hypocrite. Matter of fact, the reason why you love the things you're talking about as far as physical games, because it's nostalgic for you, right? That's during the time when games actually came. That's during the time. Well, let me say this to him, right? That's during the time when games came on a disc, and those games are considered classics now, right? We will never have that again. You know why? Hold on, let me tell him right quick, illegal. This is why we will never have that again. When a great game that you enjoy comes out, what's the first thing you start thinking about when you beat it? I hope they give out DLC. I hope they do an expansion. How you gonna get that? Digital, right? Something that you can never own, right? What are they gonna do? Print the DLC on countless discs? That's never gonna happen, right? This is what I'm trying to tell him.
They tried that one time with Halo 2. It didn't work out.
Right. But that it's not feasible for the foreseeable future. If we're going to evolve the way games are consumed and things like Game Pass, it is not feasible to do that. You know how many discs you have to print every day for every game in the world? Come on, bro.
Right. That's why
this shit is free, beast, for some reason.
That's why a lot of these indies that weren't on Xbox now you see they change up what they do with these little indies. Like what's that? Rising Star Games. What's that other one? They sell indie games on disc. Game Heroes, bro. You gotta know who I'm talking about. They sell indie games all the time, like later on disc and physical media.
I know exactly what you're
talking about. Let me run production.
Limited run. Thank you.
Now limited run. Yeah.
Now they just started working with Xbox, right? They announced that last year or whatever, right? But if you notice, even before they announced that, they switched up how they do what they do, even with PlayStation and Switch, who they've been messing with, right? Now what they do is they don't support the indie game day one. They don't release a physical one day one. They wait till the game has all the patches, all the DLC,
They sure do.
and they're not doing no more patches for it, no more fixes, no more nothing. They're moving on to the next thing. That's when they finally print the disc. For you old school heads who play stuff like that, Game Heroes, when we were talking about when they said, I forget who said that to you first about those games that you're nostalgic about. I think that might have been Beast. That's the word he will use more often, right?
Yeah.
About being nostalgic about games,
Brandon.
right? Okay, right? About being nostalgic about games, right? Like
that's not my name.
Right, like that's the niche of types of games that would do that stuff, right? And just now you see them come to Xbox. But if you notice, the few games they do that for are the same situation where the game is dead. All the DLC is out, patches, everything. Now they can put that on disc for those types of people who want that because of all these things we just talked about. All the patches and DLC.
Power Boss, what's good, baby?
They did this for Halo 2 where they released a disc that had all the DLC and all that stuff all packed in together to go at Halo 2 because they finally stopped developing it. But even that's not the final version of Halo 2 that came out, right? And the only people who have access to that are people, number one, who still have it on their Xboxes or the pirates. The only people who can archive all this stuff for real is not even the publishers because they be losing the source code and stuff all the time. They don't have the source code for Final Fantasy VII. They lost that before they even made the PC version that came out a year later. That's when they lost it the next day. Okay. And a lot of these developers and stuff don't have none of the source code, the assets, none of these games and stuff that they made from back in the day. All that stuff is gone. They don't keep it, right?
Yep.
Right? So if you really care about that stuff, ironically, you gotta be a freaking pirate, a fucking pirate to have them files and stuff. They have this thing, look it up, it's called Insignia, that allows you to use the original Xbox, unmodded completely, right? To play online with Xbox Live compatible games. You could do it right now for free, right? Because the pirates kept all those files and server stuff that they needed to make that stuff work again. Microsoft probably couldn't. No, actually, only Microsoft could do that. Pyro. Stuff like that, right? But nobody else could. And so to think that the people who own this stuff can't do this stuff, nobody can. Like, just give it up. It's the same with the physical media. If you love that, I get it. Trust me, I do. There's a lot of games I would buy physical media as soon as they're done, but it just won't be. So you gotta understand what it is. You don't own none of this stuff, and all of this feeding.
Games you live in the fantasy, bro.
Hold on.
Look, Game 6.
I'm about to wrap it up right now.
Look. They leaving the show, man, to go play Palworld. It's time to shut this bitch down.
Yeah, it's true, right? But
Beast, the Xbox community done had enough, Luke. They're complaining.
I know, man. We all busy with that damn game. I mean, Jesus, I don't know. It's so
you don't have to do it like that, Pyro.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about Palworld? You know what's funny? It's funny. It feels like a Nintendo game, and nobody right now discussing graphics. It's like everybody who used to hate on Nintendo about graphics and everything are playing Palworld and say, "Oh, we love Palworld. It's so great." But doesn't it look like a Nintendo game? Damn. So anybody who goes out there and says about the Switch, hell with everybody with that.
No, man. The game is man. Y'all
know Palworld got an 8 on IGN. They review the preview somehow, right? So now let's say this. Let's say this to the ponies and the pony vibes, right? Remember, y'all don't play mid. Starfield got 83, right? Palworld score less. Palworld score less than Starfield, so don't touch it. You hate it, right? Since you play score, right? So I wonder how they gonna respond to that, right? It got an 8. You shouldn't want it, right? Let us have that Game Pass spotter, right? Y'all need that. So it's funny. Like this is the crazy thing, bro. These dudes change narratives like they change draws, bro. They probably I can't even say that, bro. They probably don't even change their draws, bro. How some of these niggas be adding up there, bro. Like it's like
basement and stuff, bro. You already know.
Every year, I mean not every year, every week it's an L for PlayStation. Tell me I'm wrong, bro. Every week is bad news.
Bro.
Every week.
Bro, let me tell you the pattern it used to be. I said this a couple times. It used to be, I noticed this in 2019, 2020, right? The PlayStation, ever since the Game Awards, right, where they revealed the Series X, right? It went like this. Every week, right, at the beginning of the week, some rumor would come out, some news event would happen, and all the ponies and everybody else would talk all this crap, right? And it would make Xbox look bad, but it was complete lies if you're an Xbox fan who's been following the bullshit, right? And by the end of the week, the facts would be out, making the ponies look stupid. It would happen every week. Then it's sped up to every 3 days. Nowadays, it happens every day. The ponies come out with some stupid crap, and by the end of the day or the next day, it's a wrap. Look what happened with that rumor about Xbox games coming to PlayStation. Why the hell anybody believe that? I don't freaking know. Even some of our own people believe that stuff.
Man,
okay, people supposed to be on our side.
You gotta focus on that L real quick, because I am old enough to remember when there were folks crying on their YouTube channels, crocodile.
I got you, Pyro.
About a rumor from a guy who made up another rumor.
Oh,
that
Lord.
Happened, that somehow
in the house of rumors, reset era
party and didn't tell nobody. They thought Xbox was going to spend like $70 billion to say, yep, we're going to spend this $70 billion, but we're just going to abandon the console market and get out. They were out here crying crocodile tears, Lord, woe is me. And then what happens like 2 days later?
Baby.
Next day.
Baby, was it you that started that rumor to cover yours, baby? Was it you that started that rumor, baby, to cover yours? I think it was you, right? You started that rumor, baby, right?
Hey, Louis, man.
I love you, baby. I love you. You're so gorgeous. This so beautiful.
Aggie, man.
I mean, this baby was the one that started that rumor because she knew that Yoshida was gonna go out there and say something, you know. So she was like, "Yeah, let me just spread it real quick. Tell these guys, you know, yeah, that's right, baby. You're doing an awesome job, baby. You're doing an awesome job. Let me put you over here.
He a double agent.
Everybody forgot that rumor because because Microsoft showed Indiana Jones, and then we had Palworld. Nobody talking about none of that foolishness.
Oh, Lord.
We're out here catching slaves on Palworld, being the best slave.
Hey, yo, for real, that's wild.
I heard someone even mention I was going to give him motion sickness. I was like, what? With Indiana Jones. I was like, what? I mean, everybody's looking just to like, oh, it's a copy paste from Uncharted, huh? But wait a minute. Who came first, Indiana or Uncharted?
No, Uncharted was directly inspired by Indiana Jones.
But who came first, Indiana or Uncharted? Because I remember Indiana Jones was a movie that was made when 1980s, 1970s.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what influenced Indiana Jones.
And what other games came out from Indiana Jones? You got Tomb Raider, which you got cool weapons. She didn't have the whip, and now you have Uncharted. Which Uncharted 4? What did he use to hit people with? What? Whip. He used a rope. He used a rope to hit people with it. So what did he have? A whip. So who copied who? Seriously, who copied who?
No. Uncharted was inspired by Indiana Jones. That's facts. Like,
I know that.
Matter of fact, Tomb Raider is supposed to be a guy, but like if you go look it up, it was supposed to be a guy, but they didn't want no smoke with the Indiana Jones movie, so they changed it to a female, right? So they changed it to a female, and Uncharted was inspired by Tomb Raider.
That's
Best decision they made with Tomb Raider was to put it a female. Right. Best decision. Why? Look how popular she is. That's awesome. What up, homie? Best decision they made.
People were talking about
that was a good move.
But they get it in Dungeon Express. I don't know. People cap when they want to cap. And
oh Lord,
you in the chat who think I'm talking about you? No, bro, I'm not talking about you, bro. I'm talking about these ponies with Indiana Jones. Just saying.
Sick. They even talked about that Hellblade not having a physical edition is the biggest mistake out there. I'm like, what? And the price of Hellblade that is $50. What the hell? Oh my God. Everything's going to shambles, but damn, nobody talked about how great. Look how beautiful Hellblade looked. Look how beautiful Hellblade looked. That was a beautiful game. It was gorgeous.
I have one request of my fellow Xbox brethren out here. Please don't fall for the obvious cap.
Thank you. Tell bro.
Like y'all out here like, oh my gosh, what is Xbox doing? You know, Xbox.
Oh my God, I remember that. I was like, man, people were going out there selling their consoles.
They were out here.
I'm like, look, guys, did the company say something?
Like,
did Phil go out there and say something? Did Nadella go out there and say something? These guys go out there and say something?
They got duped by a dude named Nate the Hate. Now, how Nate the Hate told you a few months before that Persona 6 was going to be exclusive.
I don't rock with Drill Key,
PS5. What happened? Xbox showed it on this platform. Then he turns around and says this foolishness, and then
but they got
your YouTube channel like that was going to happen.
And who the hell
you know why this
pay Disney again to renegotiate exclusivity so that to get out the console market? Y'all think Microsoft is like, hey, let's spend $80 billion so that we can just get out this piece?
You want to know when
y'all gotta be, use your context clues and all.
You want to know when this news started? You want to know when it started? The whole third-party crap. The thing is, it didn't get traction, but it started right after the ABK deal closed.
Of course.
If you look for it, it started right there. It got quiet because here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Every single freaking time there's bad news on Sony, these guys got to come up with something, and everything goes to hell. Everything goes to hell. Everything just gets ruined. Oh my God, Xbox is in shambles. Everybody will say Xbox. You got to go out there and say something. Okay. When did they say it? They said it when? In the developer server. What did they say?
Mm-hmm.
What did they say? Xbox Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Game Pass PC. Game Pass PC. Game Pass PC. Game Pass PC. Xbox PC.
Let me bring us home because Legal wants to leave, bro.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's up.
No, I want to leave. I want to break these everybody's legs right now about physical.
You might as well log off right now. That ain't happening, bro.
We talk about physical. Why are we gonna talk about physical? We done physical.
Okay, check this out. Okay, when Sony got into the games industry, right? Everybody knows that Microsoft was worried, right? Microsoft was worried because they thought, they're going to put a TV box under your TV, right? That's going to do all the stuff that Microsoft be doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The web, playing games, all that stuff. Music,
watching
movies,
DVDs,
internet, watching
porno,
all of that. And Microsoft knew that was a problem, right?
Porno.
So peep game. We've been talking about this whole time about how Microsoft tries to put everything, tries to put their stuff on every platform they can that they're in control of, right? Or will have them, right? So peep it. Nowadays, it's not a set-top box, right? It's an app, because even your TV don't need a box, right? It's just an app. How many boxes do you really have plugged in under your TV nowadays? You don't have a VCR, DVD player. You probably don't have a Blu-ray player. You probably just got a console. So you got a couple of consoles. You probably even have a cable box because most of us is on Netflix and Hulu and whatnot. So you don't need that box either, right? Right?
Exactly.
Notice all these people who were complaining about smart TVs early on. Look how stupid they are now. There's still some people who talk about, they want a typical dumb TV. You can't find a typical dumb TV because 4K takes so much processing power just to display it. That's the same chip they're gonna use to run the Android OS or Roku or Google or whatever platform the TV has on it anyway. So Microsoft already sees, and they were doing this. They tested this out with Netflix on the 360. Remember, Netflix premiered on the 360. It changed so
2009, baby.
It changed so many
exclusive.
All the movie companies, Disney, Paramount, wrestling, what have you, right? They all had their own streaming service, trying to be like Netflix and Hulu. And then now you see they're not making this money. So now they're either raising their prices or reconsolidating with other people. Even the WWE just announced today they're strictly on Netflix now. There's no WWE app.
Big on it.
They're not even rocking with Peacock. They're on
Netflix
now. They're on Netflix.
Hey, but Sick, you said something about said something about Hellblade earlier, and it's funny, right? Because they was trying to say for $49.99, $50, you know what you're gonna get. You're not gonna get a lot because it's $50, right? But if I'm not mistaken, Helldivers is $39.99. That's a AAA Sony Plus game, so that's showing the poor quality you about to get, right?
Beast, you want to shut down?
So based on your own,
you want to shut down the argument? You want to shut down the argument right away? You just got to mention one game, and that's it. You kill him right there. You want to know what that game is? Resident Evil. Resident Evil. Oh, you got to mention Resident Evil. Resident Evil is a $7 game, and the main story is 9 hours long, 8 to 9 hours.
Right.
That's how it is.
Well, of course, they never gonna see it like that though. You gotta hit it with something. You gotta hit them with something that's more personal. Helldivers 2. That's y'all next big game. That's gonna cost $40, right? That ain't no. I don't know. I know it's gonna be published by Sony, so that's a AAA $40 game, bro. Meaning it's cheaper than Call of Duty. It's cheaper than Xbox Call of Duty. It's cheaper than Xbox Halo, and it's cheaper than Xbox's Gears. So if we're gonna talk about price per quality, then that's gonna be some $40 garbage by your own logic, right?
By their own logic.
They never want to look at their own logic though. And that's the whole problem with this thing, bro. Tell you.
Right. What I was
trying to say to bring it all home, right? So now we don't have a set-top box. We have an app because everybody and their mama have a TV. Because if you're messing with this stuff, you have a TV that runs these smart platforms, right? Ooh. It's the app. The app is the thing. Notice how if anybody's been reading, I'm not trying to make this about VR, just look at the example, right? Netflix and YouTube both do not want to put an app on the Apple VR. They see the threat of Apple taking over, right? They're like, yo, if you want to do Netflix and YouTube, just use the web app. I'll even tell you as a Quest 3 user, the web app is more powerful than the default YouTube app that's on the thing because it supports 4K when the app only still supports 1080p because they haven't upgraded it yet, right?
Right. And they ain't masters of it.
Right. Yeah. The app is the thing. But remember, there's also such a thing as web apps and all this stuff.
Right.
Netflix, the web app is just like the regular web app is better than if it was a real app, just like the YouTube app. It's better than the actual app they made because it stays up to date all the time anyway. Right. And that's what Microsoft has always been about. This is the business they've always been in. It don't matter what kind of content they're selling you, if it's music, movies, video games, or even if they're the ones not selling it. They make the platform that the dudes who sell it put it on. Even Sony and Nintendo.
Hey, Sick, what's the word?
Direct competitors.
What's the word, Sick? Technology.
What's the word? Technology. This is what they do. This is what they do.
Even that's what you're behind, baby.
Even Google, baby. Right?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Right, with the Google Stadia, right? It was a better. It was a better streaming service than.
By the way, you have another request. You don't need to say Siri before you ask it.
Yo, who? Hey, yo, hey,
illegal, man.
Hey, yo, listen. Hey, but Sick. Hey, somebody. I seen somebody in the chat. They said Microsoft is technically Xbox is technically a third-party publisher. Well, Sony is too, right? MLB the show. MLB the show been day one on been day one on Game Pass for the past 2 years, right?
2 years. Some of MLB the show, right? Do Sony put their games on PC? Yes or no? Yes. Is the PC a third party client? Yes. Right. So technically, PlayStation is already a third party publisher, just like Microsoft.
Yep,
it is.
And you have to be. It makes sense, right? Because that's you. What are we talking about, people? Business. Look, y'all. It goes back to what B said way early on the show. If anybody missed it, there used to be a time when video games were sold in packages, and you open up the package, you put it in, you played it, you was done with it. You played it so many times, you passed it over to your friends in the neighborhood. We went across people's houses and played different games and different consoles. That used to be a time.
Yep.
Now that's digitalized. We don't have to run across the street anymore. We can play on live, an actual service with a server, with a dedicated server. I can play with Lou, and Lou never has to leave his country. He don't ever have to come to my house. All we have to do is just play. Sign up and play. Look, sign up and play, right, Lou? We playing.
Yeah, exactly.
We playing. Me and Sick, we playing. We live in different states. Me and Steve is playing. Because, we got to get out of here because me and Steve have to play some Diablo. While y'all playing that Palworld, I'm going to get back on.
Hey, legal. Hold on, let me say this legal because it's funny you just said that. Anybody that's talking about de-arming, you mad if you enjoy any kind of multiplayer game. I don't care if it's one, you's a hypocrite. You can never own that online character you building up.
Nope.
See what I'm saying? Come on, man. There's too many hypocrites out here.
Facts. And before we get off this show, I want to give a shout out to Suicide Squad. Matter of fact, I want Game Girls again and Steve to represent that game. Just like they helped me with Redfall. They put it out there. I'll never forget that, guys. I was right there day one with me, and we showcased that game. We shut a lot of people up. So I want this same squad, if y'all can, join me again. We're going to go live. We're going to shut a lot of people up. Suicide Squad 4-player co-op. Stone King representative. Stone King, you can come in there with us too. If one of them don't show up, we getting that game. We represent that game. Xbox community, let's go. Let's do this, man. We got games to play, but let's get ready for Hellblade 2, y'all.
And legal. I'm gonna give you a sport about Suicide Squad. You're gonna kill the Justice League. It's 2 out of 10.
Right.
Hey, they was literally mad. You had to kill the Justice League. Come on, bro.
Right. We gonna kill it. Right. Easter. Hey,
look.
Yo, Gangster, go ahead before you stupid boy.
No, go ahead. I just say, man, you're gonna kill the Justice League, man. 2 out of 10.
Hey, yo, this is a what you call it? Hold on, we don't want to do no spoilers, but hey, for everybody that don't want to be spoiled, you're gonna kill the Justice League in this game, man. I just want to
man, why you gotta spoil the damn thing, man?
Man, you ruined the whole game for me, man. I ain't buying it now.
Yo, AfterBoss was there too. Well, that's right. AfterBoss from Canada was there with us, holding us down when people went in.
We know.
Hey, you gonna kill Batman?
Yo, we gonna get on that Suicide Squad, y'all. Yo, Xbox community, go get on that Palworld. We gonna get on that Diablo, Steve, right after the show. Six Slayer, get us out of here, man. Thanks for pushing the show tonight, Sick. Thanks for smoking.
No doubt.
Thanks for keeping it cooking. Thanks for keeping it hot. Crazy Lou, thanks for keeping it crazy. Game Zero, Steve Bicko, Beast of the Truth, man. You came in with nothing but the truth. You gave them the whole truth. Chit Chat community, y'all was wilding out today, man. We wanted to come in early, get back, watch this Laker game tonight, man. Clippers all day. Clippers gonna beat LA. That's all I'm gonna say. But no more delay. You know, you remember back in the old days, hip hop, they love the word delay. You know what I'm saying? With no delaying. Let's get out of here, baby. Sign us out, Sick.
Well then, everybody, you know how to find us. Keep it gaming. Keep that one up in your life. And peace.
We out of here, baby. Let's go.
Deuces, y'all.
All right, man. All right.